For real? Oh no. Let's go.
Boston
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome.
on this Super Bowl season Tuesday, January 27, 2026. This program begins now.
Football!
It is the greatest, and we are currently in Super Bowl season as we await the last game of football season, the Super Bowl, out in Santa Clara, as the New England Patriots are back in the big game taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Now, it has certainly been some time since we saw Patriots dominance, but we're potentially at the tip of the spear for the next dynasty coming out of the Revolution region. 23-year-old quarterback, legendary head coach, a bunch of dogs and good decisions have found them in a place that they were certainly not supposed to be this season, this early into the Vrabel era and Drake May era that is cooking up there in cold-ass New England. And then on the other side of the map, literally, I mean, you're talking really far apart.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking New England way over yonder, and then Seattle way over yonder. If this was 7-game series like in NBA, that'd be a toll.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
That would be a real toll. But all the way on this side, doesn't get nearly enough conversation by anybody in the football conversation. The Seattle Seahawks back in the Super Bowl. They also had a run that they would consider dynastic, potentially talk about 30 years from now as one of the great times in NFL history when the Legion of Boom, Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll were taking the world by storm, and we were getting glimpses at their practice facility right there on the lake as Pete Carroll, who was a 65-year-old, was spinning it, and everything was competition. Will Ferrell was going in there. I believe they had other athletes coming in shooting hoops. It was a magical time in Seattle that we were learning about. That then collapsed, kicked out the door. New, who is this guy, comes in. They paint over some of the walls.
Some.
Not all of the walls. We have learned. When it was originally reported that they were painting over the walls, we have been told that not a single sliver of the paint that was here needs to be seen going forward, which I had seen a building do personally whenever it changed over from one era to a next, which I thought was a bad idea because the reason why this building exists and the reason why we are the team who we are and the reason why we do what we do is because of everybody that had already done it. So why are we trying to cover up the past of a business that has been built on the backs and the shoulder pads of these particular men? Why would you want to bury that just for your own personal ego? Well, I guess what happened in Seattle is it's not our personal ego. We left some of them up, but there are certainly blank canvases for us to write our own history here. And they are doing that very quickly in Seattle. They got dogs across the board. And they're not like look at me type dogs, which is good because in Seattle, you're not going to get a lot of look at me. You're way out there. You're far away from the conversation. And in the NFC West, Seattle Seahawks, you know how cool McVay is?
Yeah.
McVay's so cool.
The man.
He's in Los Angeles. Looks cool, talks cool, acts cool.
Jacked.
His team's cool, super jacked, attractive. Matthew Stafford, MVP. Going to be the MVP.
Cool teeth.
They won the Super Bowl. They're in Los Angeles, right? Great teeth. Good beard, too. Great dad.
Yeah.
We're seeing great dad,
Awesome.
great husband, the whole thing. We're seeing that. Then you go to San Francisco. Zane by quarter, Kyle Shanahan. I don't think so.
Still looking.
So cool with that thing. Then he's down at a beach house, backwards hat, throwing football
So
across the street, maybe boozed up into a goddamn garbage can or whatever.
Strong beard.
So cool. George Kittle, his wife has a show. That's how popular that whole team is. Wives have a show over there because of how popular San Francisco 49ers
Trent
are.
Williams.
I mean, you talk about the greatest of all time with the boom. I mean, everything they have.
Better move.
Seattle Seahawks. I don't know what that was.
Talking about the electrical substation.
Now, that is part of the conversation, and John Lynch is taking it very serious. But whenever you talk about NFC West conversations, Seattle Seahawks, not even in the top 20 probably for most conversations about the NFC West, let alone the entire NFL. And then now here we are. They were the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. They're now in the Super Bowl with a brand new quarterback that doesn't look like the same old Darnold. It's a brand new Darnold, and McDonald might be a football computer like Signetti is in a team full of dogs that are just impeccable. You bring Cooper Kupp back home. He seemingly still got it, even though the LA Rams told him he doesn't anymore. Allegedly, that's coming out now. So it's like these two teams, very improbable. These two teams, awesome stories. These two teams represent football very well. I'm thankful this is our last game. Seahawks favored by 4.5 with 74% of the bets is exactly where. Let's go over to the Toxic table at Boss Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con man, New England Patriots fan wants to be. A lot of people betting against you guys as the underdogs. Everybody thinks this is just a flash in the pan, the easiest trip back to a Super Bowl in the history of dynastic type runs. What is your mindset like as we sit here 12 days away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, being the underdog, I've seen a lot of people kind of pull up clips from 2001 when the Patriots were going to kind of start this entire thing off against the Kurt Warner Rams. But today, just gratefully smitten. Once again,
What's
just
that?
Gratefully smitten. I am just still bouncing around as if this is the first Super Bowl I've ever been able to experience as a Patriots fan, and just the perspective of it. Going back, through the season, I've seen a lot of people say, "Remember when Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, how far we've come since that game." And I kind of take myself back there just to the expectations of the season. And it wasn't even playoffs. It was, hey, let's just make sure we got this thing going in the right direction. Let's make sure Drake May is the guy for sure. Everyone had confidence in it, I think, but just knowing for, a primetime game in Buffalo, is he going to be able to go and deliver? He did. That kind of started the entire 14-game regular season win streak. But even going back a year ago, we're seeing all these coaches get hired and stuff, and it puts me in that mindset as well. The playoffs as a Patriots fan were so far away. Not even a story at the beginning of the season was us going to the playoffs. A year ago, though, it wasn't even on the radar. You could imagine it, but you felt like you were living in a fairy tale land. If you told me a year ago that the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl playing against the Seattle Seahawks, I wouldn't believe you. I would want to, but I wouldn't even be able to get myself there. So I think just once again waking up as a Super Bowl fan again, as a fan going into the big game with real want and desire for a team to win. I've gotten used to, hey, yeah, I'm glad the Super Bowl's here because I can't wait to bet on the national anthem. I can't wait to bet on what Gatorade color is going to come out at the end when whoever team wins. Now I don't have to care about that stuff that I never cared about in the first place. Now I can go back to what the Super Bowl is all about, and that's cheering for your team, cheering for the team that is once again there. I mean, this is the 11th time they've clinched a berth for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I believe I've been alive for 9 of them. So it is just one of those things where you can't wrap your head around it as you.
The Lions have never made it to the Super Bowl.
No.
0.
4 teams have never made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
During his lifetime.
Yeah.
9-year NFL vet, fresh out of a brutal snowed out situation. Thank you for battling the elements. Darius J. Butler.
Baby Butch.
D-Butch obviously drafted to the New England Patriots. This dude, 11 Super Bowl berths. He was been alive for 9 of them. For a large portion of his developmental years, he was going to a parade like every other year.
Yeah.
And let alone the Red Sox and the Bruins and the
Celtics
and the New England Revolution.
Oh, the Reds.
Yeah,
and
everything
the
like that.
Power.
But for football, his whole life, I think he got desensitized to it. And then they did have a little bit of some shite years where there wasn't hope, and now he's back. I think that's why he's been so giddy. I think younger years, first Dynasty, wouldn't have felt exactly like this at this stage. But after a little bit of taste of suck,
exactly,
just a tiny taste of suck that they had, which once again, the Detroit Lions have never made it to the Super Bowl. Yeah. That'd be
close.
a tough thing.
I mean, the last 7 years as a Patriots fan, I don't think you guys can really wrap your head around.
Okay,
but
all
I
right,
do
okay. Don't even get into that.
No, but seriously, when you are that hated as a fan base, once you do go to the bottom, it is so loud. Like for the Lions, they've always stunk. So it's never like, oh, you remember? No, because they don't remember. They've never been there. They don't get it. When you are at the top and then you go all the way down to the bottom, your quarterback leaves and wins a Super Bowl somewhere else.
Oh,
so the coach that you love, it was never him. It's not him. He didn't have anything to do with it. It was the quarterback that left. Like everything collapsed in such an ugly, ugly way. So the Lions can't understand that as fans because it's always been ugly. It's always been gross. It's always been something you don't want to be a part of. Whereas the Patriots were the creme de la creme. In the world of sport, not just football. Go down the lines of what teams want to be. It was the Patriots. So to kind of don't act like you guys know what it's like. Exactly. Don't act like you know what it's like until you've been to the top and you've been to the bottom. In that order, by the way, and then back to the top.
Are these assholes trying to make us feel bad for them? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
That's one half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Tony Diggs, they just had a separation of coach because of lack of playoff success. Now they got Coach McCarthy in there. But yeah, I think what you're hearing is you don't know what it's like, brother,
No,
to
you
go
don't.
from the top floor to the basement as quick as you do, especially with every floor you're going down. Ha, 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 ha.
See you never.
A lot of that down the bottom is what he's saying. I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying that is his argument that I did not expect to come out of his mouth today. Did you expect what he just did right there?
1,000%. These assholes are the worst. They're the absolute worst people on all of Earth.
Jeez.
And that's how you know, right there, boom. Then that's where we want to be. That's when you know, like, that's why I'm so smitten. Because people don't like with gratitude, of course, gratefully smitten. People don't want to give the Pats credit. People are starting to turn on Drake May, which I mean, we are right. This is our wheelhouse.
That's a sweet boy.
Yeah,
no,
exactly. He's a great man.
Sweet boy.
He is just one. He's a good Christian. He's a good quarterback. He's a good leader. He's soon to be, I'm sure, a good father. I know he's a good husband. I mean, we've all watched Bakemas. He is in Ann Michael's corner at all times. I mean, the guy is perfect. But if you're outside of the realm of greatness, which everybody but Patriots fans are, you don't understand.
See, this is what Tony was talking about with you massholes. The whole thing you just did right there. True. Obviously, you took an opportunity and you certainly made the most of it, as you should. They're back in the Super Bowl. There's nothing else anybody else can really say, and that's kind of what these 2 weeks are all about.
Yeah, and they're big underdogs, huge underdogs in the Super Bowl, and that's why we're in this cycle right now. We had another hiring, obviously, today, but that's so important to get your head coach. You had the head coach, Belichick, who was the head coach in the GM for so long, and then you got lucky getting Tom Brady in the 6th round, and he goes on to be the greatest of all time, and now you're looking at, hopefully, chapter 2 of that if you are a Patriot fan. Obviously, I was high on Drake May. I said taker number 1, so I feel great about him being where he's at, and hopefully he continues to build his success. And you see the building there. You have Josh McDaniels, who we assume is going to be there for a long time with Drake May. So it is a very, very good spot to be in if you are a Patriot fan. And yeah, they have been hated for a long, long time. The great teams, the great players, you're always going to have a large number of people, fans, and then a large number of haters who want to see you fail. So now you're in a great spot because you're back in the Super Bowl, but you're also in a spot where everyone is rooting against you because there is another great story on the other side, more of a redemption story with Sam Darnold, and then kind of a new school coach, Mike McDaniel, another mastermind on the defensive side of the ball. So it's a great matchup, but yeah, it is an unbelievable story to see this from New England because we've seen teams suck for so long. We've seen teams have great runs and they just fall off a cliff and kind of the Raiders. The Raiders, before our time, they were a great team. Just win, baby. They had great defenses. They had great quarterbacks, great coaches. John Madden, one of the greats of all time to go from the sideline to the booth. And then now, since we've kind of been alive watching football, they've sucked. So, you can go from the penthouse to the shit house and stay down there. So, to see what they've been able to do, it obviously starts with ownership with Robert Kraft. And then, getting the right coach and then getting the right quarterback. And they look like they're in a great spot going forward.
Okay, so we do have some breaking news that could potentially get people back to where the Patriots are, maybe for the first time. Joe Brady hired as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, which I think Debo was just alluding to. Congratulations, Joe Brady, an ascension in the football world from LSU offensive coordinator with Joe Burrow and the boys whenever they win the national championship to the Carolina Panthers with Matt Rule. That ends up not working out. Then goes up to Buffalo, becomes the OC, takes over for real as the OC, and their offense changes. Now Josh Allen becomes an MVP. Now the Buffalo Bills offense is obviously must watch. What will Joe Brady, who now knows the building very well, obviously understands the culture, which I think they appreciate up there, although they haven't been able to win, maybe brings a new mindset to it. He's an offensive coach as opposed to a defensive coach like McDermott. McDermott has withdrawn his name from any head coaching openings for a year. He's probably going to sit it out and see what the coaching cycle looks like next year. But now Joe Brady goes from offensive coordinator to head coach. Obviously, your quarterback was sitting in on meetings. He certainly made it known that he liked Joe Brady, obviously. What are your thoughts on this hiring, D? But I like that the system is not going to change for the offense. I like that the language will remain the same. I like that he has a familiarity with Buffalo, understands what it could be like as a Buffalonian. Other than that, I don't know if he has what it takes to be a head coach. I guess we just kind of find that out right now. That is kind of what we do in real time, Darius.
Absolutely. We'll all see it. And one thing we definitely know is that he has a good relationship with the quarterback. Been there for a long time in different roles. And now he is the head man. So maybe we do see a little bit of change with the offense. They did become more of a run-heavy team with the offensive line and with James Cook, who led the league in rushing this past year. And, we saw Josh Allen take the steps of being able to take care of the ball more until it got to the biggest moments. He definitely turned it over. But when you become the head man and now you don't have the defensive head coach, Sean McDermott, or whoever that head coaches over you saying, hey, this is the game plan I want, this is the things I want. Maybe they are a little wide open, maybe they change things up, but the relationship with the head coach and the quarterback, a lot of people saying, hey, don't hire Josh's friend. You know, if you got a good coach, you need a good relationship with the quarterback. We saw it with Jacksonville, Liam Cohen. We've seen it in other places. You need that relationship. They don't need to be best buddies, but they definitely have to have a game plan going into every game, and then hopefully to get to the biggest step that they have to get, which is the Super Bowl championship. And you have an MVP caliber quarterback, so you have that question. You have that box check. Now you got to get that defense in order. You got to make the right hires. We know how important the staff is. But I'm interested to see, man, Joe Brady, he was the hot name off that 2019. We all saw or thought he would be a head coach in the NFL probably 2-3 years after that. It took him a little longer. But I think going through those different roles in the NFL, having some failure in Carolina, it's kind of like we see with the quarterback. You learn things along the way. And now I think I hope this works out because, you know, I want to see Josh Allen win. I want to see Joe Brady be successful. Now, obviously with New England and Miami and all these different teams, and it's to be a great storyline going forward, but I hope this works out.
Yeah, and you talk about Josh Allen, obviously we all did because he's the MVP. I did as well, but don't forget James Cook with Joe Brady calling plays and designing everything went off. He's become one of the top running backs in the league. So Joe Brady, very diverse whenever it comes to the offense. And their offensive line, A.Q. Shipley named him the number 1 O-line in the business. So Joe Brady on the offensive side has seemingly had a lot of success. Always has a good fade, too. I like any white guy that has a good fade.
Sure.
Okay, I think I would go back. Justin Timberlake always seemingly showed up publicly with a good fade when he wasn't in his perm years. Tim Tebow always had good fade for Caucasoids.
Yeah, Chet Hanks.
Always. Bumba Kalat, his fade would certainly come together.
He's not Jamaican. I thought he was Jamaican.
He's got some Jamaican.
White
Half.
guy.
I think he's half.
Yeah. See,
He's an honorary Jamaican.
I don't know if that's true.
That's what the comments would tell us.
Okay, well, obviously, if the comments are accurate, we'll certainly ride with that. Guy's a talent, though. We will say Chet's absolute talent. Kelsey always has great fade.
Sure.
Joe Brady always has good fade, which is good news. We're going to be joined here in a matter of moments by somebody who has, obviously been seen by a lot of people through his football days. But what needs to be kind of talked about a little bit is his actual resume, okay? Let's go back through the person who's about to join us, athletic career. One of the greatest non-professional golfers to ever exist.
Yep.
Okay? Could have been professional golfer, probably, we assume, if full-time commitment was in there. 3-time player of the year for D1 AA in college football. He was the D1 AA Heisman winner.
Yep.
Okay, that's the best ever. In high school, in hoops, which we were just talking about golf, in high school in hoops, he averaged what? What did he average?
24 points, 9 boards, 5 assists.
Damn,
and a guy who he played with, who played in the NBA for like 17 years, said this guy could have 1,000% played in the NBA.
Okay, so he could have been an NBA.
Karan Butler.
Karan Butler was
that is the guy who was speaking on who is going to join us.
Okay, so he could have been a professional basketball player as well. Okay, so professional golfer could have happened. Jeez. Professional basketball could have happened.
He was a hell of a baseball player as well.
Baseball could have made it. Okay. This fucking paisan. Okay, and this isn't even what we're talking about. Okay, what we're talking about is, this guy would be an All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys as an undrafted QB out of Eastern Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, color commentator who speaks to the biggest audiences in football every single year. They had a Thanksgiving record, 57.231 million viewers. Jeez. The most watched and listened to regular season game in NFL history. The commentator, Paisano, Tony Romo.
Yay!
Grazie for your time, my Paisano.
I can tell you, if I'd have known I was getting that, I'd have came out a lot sooner. I mean, that was incredible.
Well, we talk shit, though, too.
I actually think I was good.
Tony, we talk shit, though, too, because we are in the athletic world. So I think people do kind of have that entire thing. But I think your athletic career and your resume should be chatted about a little bit more, because now the only conversation about you is your commentating. Now, when you retire and decide to head into the booth to take the gig that you do you understand that you're going to be remembered forever as that guy as opposed to Dallas Cowboys quarterback or professional potential golfer or anything like that? Did you expect that whenever you took this job?
No, I actually remember Jim Nantz told me, he's like, I think when you're all said and done, you're going to actually be remembered for announcing. And, when you're a player, that we're like, they're just talking. I mean, that's what I was like. I'm like, they're just talking. We're the ones playing. And I still feel that way in some ways, where I'm like, they're the guys who are important. And we get to tell their story and help build up the game. And certain people, I love that part of it. I mean, just seeing what happens as people move on, which you've created. I mean, you guys there, I mean, Tony, obviously Ty, Boston, Darius, I mean, it's like you changed the whole landscape. The entire thing literally just got changed because of what you brought on and you guys did. And it's like, it's just completely different than when I grew up or even 5, 7 years ago. I'm like, some people have talent to kind of go do that. You guys show it. I love watching you guys. It's so much fun. It's just literally been a joy because it's like, but it's rare to go change the whole landscape. And I'm just so cool to be on with you guys.
Well, hold on, Tony. This is not how this goes. Okay?
Wow. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, you do not
Love
do that.
you, Tony.
We appreciate. Thank you. Hey, grazie, Tony. Grazie. Grazie. Grazie.
Hell yeah.
You're not Italian, Tony?
Oh, great story for you. I am a rookie in the National Football League, and you're find out here in 20 seconds, hopefully not 1 minute. But Bill Parcells is our head coach. And Tony, the late Tony Sperano, who's a great coach, was the offensive line coach, and he's Italian. So is Parcells. And they're saying to Parcells, like, Tony, you got to get your paisan. He's off. He's terrible, all these things. And I'm sitting there like, I don't think he knows I'm not Italian.
Tony Romo is not Italian? Hold on. I am flustered here. So you are not. I've been calling you a paisan every time I talk about you. I'm 100% so sorry.
I actually let Parcells do it too. I wanted to make the team. So I was like, hey, let's go with it. I'm not Italian, all you need me to be. So and then Sperano comes through one day. He's like, you know he's not Italian, right? And I was like, shh, what are we doing? We're all the same team here, I thought. Yeah. You pretend. Yeah. So I'm a mutt. I got a little bit of everything in me.
Okay, well, muchos gracias, mi amigo, and thank you, and merci beaucoup, and grazie, okay? And I think, I forget what the German is, but I could find it in there. Tony, let's talk about you commentating. Obviously, do you keep up with fan response? And when there's 50-some million people listening and watching what you're doing, you understand that there is going to be reactions, both incredibly positive and negative, because I don't think there's ever been a color commentator that has been well-liked. Because at some moment, you're going to have to call a terrible time for a team's history. Like, there's going to be a devastating loss, and a play-by-play person is going to have to be the voice of that loss and that celebration of the other team. So I think there's always going to be a sense of hatred that you are going to be associated with a negative thing happening for something that people love, especially at the mass amount of people that watch football games. Do you keep up with the shit that gets sent about you? Do you keep up with the praise? Like, how do you kind of deal with 50-some million people having an opinion on how you set the tone of a football game? How do you deal with that?
Well, I think it goes with territory. Like, people are like, what about the criticism here? I was like, well, I mean, do you get, like, you guys go through this all the time too. It's like, you're doing you, and you got to be yourself and everything, and you're trying the best. It's not like you're never not trying your hardest to go be great at something. But then you look at it, and it's like, I mean, your whole crew, the noise is the noise. It's part of being in this job. And to me, it's like it's up, it's down. But at the end of the day, I mean, you don't really listen to things unless, to me, it's like all the fans come up to me and say how much they love us and everything. And it's like, that's what I feel. As far as looking at stuff online, it's just part of the process, but I don't think it really changes things. It's like everyone likes you. I mean, they're watching you, so there has to be something there. But we're also commenting on their teams that are winning and losing. It's like I don't like someone when he's not fully rooting for my team. So there's a balance you try. I root for both teams. I root for guys who love the sport, who care so deeply, and they want to win. It's like I want them to care as much as I did, and those are the guys you kind of like root for a little bit, and sometimes it comes across a certain way, but I love it. It's a great job.
How do you go about your preparation? Do you try to learn about the players more? Do you try to learn about the scheme more? Because I remember at the beginning of your run, you were basically calling out what was going to happen every single play, and it was epic. It was like actually Romoing, I think is what people started calling it. It was like kind of your calling card for what you were doing at the beginning as you were trying to make your way. Kind of felt like you were shooting from the hip a bit, rode the emotion of game, but then you were calling out plays as well. Is that from your experience? Is it from the week preparation? Like, what is your week ahead of games whenever you're either talking or watching what you're trying to prepare for?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. I think the biggest thing is it's like a coach or player. You're going to soak in it early in the week. In other words, you start watching the games and you start to like get a sense for who this team is and what makes them good, where there's their strengths and where's their weaknesses. And so I sit there and eventually you get to a point where you're like, this is problematic for this team. And so I remember doing the Bills-Broncos game, and going into that game, I was like, okay, Denver's the number 1 seed. Obviously that's the number 1 team in the AFC, but Josh Allen's the best player. He's over here, so that's going to be okay. Let's look at this. This is a great defense here. Oh, you know what? This is actually a bad matchup for Denver a little bit. They could have had other teams, but Buffalo is a great team. They can run the football. They're big. Denver's actually faster. It's almost like Denver was built to beat Kansas City. And it's like they didn't necessarily ready to go against Buffalo in this environment. You saw Buffalo impose their will and be able to run the ball on them, but I was like, that's tough. That makes it a lot tougher. So I'm like, all right, give the edge. And they got the quarterback. Okay, this is going to be a tough game. And then all of a sudden you look on the other side and you're like, man, you can run the ball in Buffalo, but I don't see Denver running the ball in Buffalo. It just doesn't seem like that's who they are. Their idea. They're not going to impose their will. So I'm like, now it's tougher. And then all of a sudden, Bo Nix comes out there and has an incredible game. Sean Payton calls a perfect game. And all of a sudden you see, well, I forgot they have Sean Payton. And Bo Nix is for real. And all of a sudden that defense got after Josh Allen in the past game a couple times, and there's the game. But these games are like that. It comes down to these styles and fights. It's fun.
Okay, so you trying to figure out the style going into the game and figure out weaknesses and figure out who is obviously doing it. You can potentially then predict exactly how a game's going to go, or maybe expect a game to go a certain way. Whenever you just mentioned there that Sean Payton's the coach, I forgot about that. There are some quarterbacks that you certainly enjoy a lot more than others, it sounds like, whenever you're calling games. And why do you think you've fallen in love with some of these quarterbacks? Because I think every color commentator does it. There'll be some quarterbacks, because quarterbacks are the game. You know that. I mean, you were the quarterback for a long time.
It's literally quarterbacks and punters. That's what it comes down to.
Which punter, by the way, only other one taking snap.
Yeah,
so,
best athlete.
well said.
So it is on field. Yeah. So field, punts and field. Yeah, and even on kickoff, I'm getting the ball. Yeah. So it is about us. So now that it is about us, how much do you try to separate human from play? How do you kind of balance all of that while trying to tell a story and be kind of non-biased towards anybody else that isn't that person, if that makes sense?
Man, you have to be yourself. You know this. It's like, at times you're the most loved person. At times when you sit there and play the heel on game day, it's fantastic because I'm like, I don't know if I could pull that card. I'm like,
you got some of those too. It's amazing. Those sounds, are those everyday life? That's just who you are?
It's terrible. Yeah, it's real.
I don't know, Jim.
I don't know. For me, though, I feel like you have to be yourself and just go with it. You know what I mean? It's like I got to this position because I have some gifts that, the good Lord bestowed upon me that I'm able to utilize at certain times. I mean, I feel like I want the game to be built up. I want certain players, the guys who care deeply. I mean, to me, it's like I just want you to give everything you have. And if you literally care that much to everything, then you root for those guys because not everyone gives every ounce to them. And then so many players do, but not all of them. And so I just root for certain people who love the sport and give it their all, fully.
Well, we respect and appreciate the amount you're giving to the sport and your energy. We ride the wave with you. You're all that shit.
It's the best.
We are there with you. 51 million people are there with you. Keep going, man. I also appreciate the fact you're not forcing anything. Feels like you are letting the game come to you. It does feel like you let the game come to you whenever you talk about it all, and we respect and appreciate that. Let's talk about some moves that were just made, Tony. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Tony, one of those quarterbacks where it definitely comes through on the TV that you love him, Josh Allen. Out there in Buffalo, and now he's got a new head coach. I know you've sat in a ton of production meetings with Josh Allen. I would assume with Joe Brady as well. What's your thoughts on his hire, and what's your thoughts on how Joe Brady will, evolve as a head coach now?
Well, I just heard that right there, so that's interesting. But I was thinking right after, I didn't love them letting Sean McDermott go. I think he's a great football coach, someone who's going to get a great guy. I mean, I think if you're going to make that play, though, this is the only reason that you do that is because if you have a stud in your building who might get a head coaching job somewhere else, you keep him in-house. And the only way to do that is to hire him as your head coach. Now, I don't necessarily think Sean McDermott takes a backseat to anybody. But what Joe Brady did when he came on, really changed the fortunes of this offense for the last year and a half. I mean, it's been outstanding. They have a run game. They have the ability to play action. Josh Allen drops back, but he's just looked cleaner. He played the best football of his career the last year and a half, 2 years. So to me, it's like, this is the Joe Brady hire. It's a lot of the reason why Sean McDermott might not be there in some ways.
Yeah, because they're wondering, over the last couple of years. And you talked about Josh Allen and being his best and the offense being his best. Remember, as soon as he took over, James Cook let James Cook became the thing. It was like literally the entire game. And now he's top runner in the league. Obviously just signed a new deal. Offensive line's good. Josh Allen is good. Are they good, or does Joe Brady help make them better too? Probably. And now he's the head coach. He's in the building. Hiring a staff, though, Tony. That's the whole thing. You know, you've obviously played for the Cowboys forever. Is it your only team? Yeah, got it. Dallas Mavericks you played for too.
Yeah, one day.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, scored 30.
Yeah, you're a kicker and a punter too. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I say, yeah, and you're a kicker and a punter too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you're damn right. Absolutely. Picked a couple in preseason. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you understand. I heard you were popping and locking out there with the Mavs. They thought about signing you for a playoff run. We don't know the bottom of it. You would have to certainly get to the bottom of it for that entire thing.
It's true. I was only about 42 pounds overweight, I thought, so I just didn't quite get there in time.
How's that back, dude? You're always doing the cat-cow on the fucking greens. Do you choose the most ridiculous places to do those? Because they always get a photo of you on like a crescent of a hill doing the backstretch right on the outside of the green. You're an incredible golfer. We've all witnessed it. We're all very impressed with your golf game. But is your back, how is the back? Is that just going to be a chronic thing for you, do you think? Or how do we beat it?
Oh, it's chronic. I mean, I've had 2 back surgeries. It's every day. My wife and kids know. It's like, all right, I got 3 boys, so it's so fun. And they're like, all right, let's go play basketball. I was like, no problem. Just give me 34 minutes while I do some exercises, glute exercises, some core work, and then I should be ready to go. And that's not an exaggeration. Sometimes when I'm sitting down there and doing the cat calls and everything and on the course stuff, I'm like, it's not me choosing the worst place. It's my back choosing me.
Okay.
I'm like,
Makes sense.
It drops you.
Here comes another picture. What are they going to do? But I like my back.
It drops you at that spot. Got it. We should have a little bit more respect for that. Yeah, because I'm always like,
exactly.
Okay, I apologize. And back problems are the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
No joke.
I mean, we don't want to pile on anything. You might know.
No, but think about Stafford this year. I mean, for him to do what he had back, remember that was a little worry in preseason. Then he comes out as an MVP. It's like, that might be a little reason why he might not come back if you look closely, in my opinion. We'll see.
Okay, so at the end of your career, I think Dak, did injuries affect, did the back surgeries come whenever you're playing? I don't remember this.
Yeah.
And when you're making these decisions, you know, like Stafford, it's obviously been alluded to that maybe he doesn't continue to play or whatever, and they have to move on post Stafford. And I think that's been talked about a while. We would automatically like say, okay, he won a Super Bowl. I think everybody acknowledges his greatness. We think he's a Hall of Famer. And if now is the time to walk away. But people very rarely get to walk out on their own, you know? A lot of chasing the dragon almost happens. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen again, but I don't know. Off an MVP season, if you're just to walk away, that would take a lot of to come off an MVP.
Conference title appearance, like you're that close to.
Tony, that would be a crazy amount of human restraint, you know, that comes.
I agree. You're so smart with the human dynamics, and you can tell people right away. I mean, you're able to switch in a second and change the subject, make someone feel comfortable or not. I see it so clearly. Like with Stafford, it's like, well, people don't do this. It's like they come back. You're playing the best football of your career. You don't just stop, right?
Yeah, I don't know, Tony. I don't know, Tony. I don't know,
to me,
Tony.
I don't know, Pat.
You're the greatest. With Stafford, the game will miss Stafford if he does not play. And his teeth and his beard and everything's too nice for him not to cover the game. If he wants to get into a post, we obviously would like that.
Do you think, question for you guys here, with Stafford, he's a great example. And he was like, what's happening across the league now? You see it with Sam Darnold. You saw Daniel Jones' resurrection over there in Indianapolis before he got injured. We saw Baker Mayfield at the Tampa. It's like the wrong situation, right? It's like you don't get to necessarily pick your parents, but like sometimes if you go to a nice home or something, you get taught earlier. You get taught better. These guys, they go to Shanahan, they go to McVay, they go to Kevin O'Connell. You get these coaches, and all of a sudden your career, and it's like Stafford. I mean, he's been one of the best for so long, but he didn't get his credit until he went to LA really fully, right? I mean, we're talking about a top 2-3 quarterback pretty consistently here for a while. I feel like maybe 4, but it's like, I mean, he might play as well as anyone in the last 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. A perfect match with McVay, too, it felt like. You know, McVay felt
that's the other part, that division. I mean, would you like to go to the Cardinals if you're a coach when you have to go against McVay, Shanahan, and Mike McDaniel? Good luck. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah, and also we know about the report cards.
Yeah.
You know? They didn't like that we learned about the report cards, but I don't know if that's necessarily the place. Let's talk about a place that is back. And obviously you played through the era. I was on football field as D-Butt and AJ, who joins in the second hour, were all part of it. This guy, through his formative years, got to enjoy it. Now he's back. Boston Connor has a question for you, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, it's an honor. You actually taught me a valuable lesson in this business.
I think you might like me because you're a Pats fan.
Well, I do now. I do now because you called, Brady versus Mahomes, Chiefs, AFC Championship. Awesome. Then we got bad, and then I just started to hate you, and I tweeted something awful about you, and then you liked the tweet, and I said, okay, this guy gets it. I love Tony Romo again. But speaking of those times, we are back in those times. The Patriots are once again in the Super Bowl. Drake May, Josh McDaniels, Mike Vrabel. What do you think about that whole resurgence? And just so you know as well, everyone talks about once your team is in a primetime game, they're good again. Typically, especially for an East Coast CBS type team, once the Patriots got the Romo Nance booth, I think everyone in New England realized, okay, there's something here. And I know you were early on them, but how do you feel about what they've got going in 23-year-old Drake May with a young first-year Mike Vrabel? What do you think?
I mean, it's been so impressive to watch. I mean, this had all the makings. I mean, this is early. For me to say that I thought they'd be in the Super Bowl, that wouldn't be true. And you guys know I almost never get that wrong. So
never.
I feel like when they hired, it started in the offseason by the Crafts making the decision to move on. They just were like, okay, we made the mistake last year. Mayo's not our coach for the future. They bring in and hire Vrabel. That's the very starting point for this whole process. Then all of a sudden you say, well, Vrabel, you're CEO, you're that guy that they run it more than ever now in the league, the head coach. It's like, who's your staff? Pat mentioned it earlier. It's like, that staff is huge. Who are you going to have on your staff? Well, he's going to go get Josh McDaniels. It's like, whoa. And you got a young quarterback who's learning. And I'm pretty sure this happened a long time ago as well. His name was Tom Brady. And obviously McDaniels wasn't the OC at the time. But he ended up developing and having this incredible run together. I mean, you saw that run right there. I've seen all these plays from Josh all these years. Boss, you've seen all these plays. Like, if the weather was nice and it was 3rd and 4, he'd throw a wide receiver screen trying to run the clock out to Welker or Edelman. And then it's like, at the end, we got to keep the clock running. What's the safest call? But we still got to be aggressive and get a first down. Oh, let's bootleg and send everyone there. That way, even if you stack it, the clock still keeps running. Like, he's had these plays forever. And I felt like you saw the imprints. And that was the starting point for them to make this run. And then Vrabel's ability to sense and feel and get the collection of the roster all together. And see, they had Chase on, and you probably know his story better than I do, probably in Boston. But Chase Dahn comes in there, and this is your outside linebacker, and he's a stud. He got cut from Carolina, I believe, and then he was on the practice squad for the Raiders. And Vrabel looks at this dude and he goes, "That guy could play in our system. He just hasn't gotten taught yet. The player development there off the charts. This is why they're here."
It feels like the old Patriots.
The good old days.
They block a kick. They block a kick out there. Obviously, they make the smart play. They don't make any mistakes.
The weather.
It's ugly football. The weather's terrible. It's like this. We've seen this. We have literally lived this entire thing. And Vrabel's trying to shy away from that. He was talking to Coach Cowher, and Coach Cowher's like, I've seen this before. Defensive coach, young quarterback up here. And Vrabel's like, I don't want to, let's not. Didn't shy away from it, but was also like, hey, we got to do something vastly different here. That's like the greatest of all time. But it looks eerily similar. So the fans are like, oh, we're right back where we're supposed to be. They're loud, Tony. These mass holes, Tony, these mass holes are loud, and they know how to be.
Yeah, the big difference, and I saw him, Vrabel, sit down with Brewski, and he said, Brewski told him he reminded him a lot of Parcells. And I think the big difference between Belichick and Vrabel is like the personal connection with the players, because Belichick was an unbelievable coach, obviously unbelievable game plan week to week. He was going to have the team prepared. Vrabel's still going to do that. He was that type of player, teammate, coach. But having a personal connection with these different players in their different stages of their career, I think is the biggest difference. Obviously, two very different coaches, but the biggest difference between the Belichick era and now what the Vrabel era will be in New England. But, obviously, there's more ways, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat.
And on that, that's weird. People say that a lot.
Why
say that a lot. I can't. What did the cat do?
People hate cats.
Yeah.
And how many different ways are there actually, I wonder?
Can't be 1,000.
That'd be interesting. You think about the weirdos, though, out there doing it. They probably found 1,000 different ways.
Where's Bill?
Someone used fire. It's weird.
There you go.
Okay, see, in your mind, you said the same thing. Yeah, that's a weird.
I just said it. You guys just didn't say it. I got it.
Yeah, exactly, Tony. Yeah, that seems to be the jam. Yeah, that feels like that is kind of your thing. Riding the wave with you is an experience. You have to understand that. I assume because in real life that probably happens whenever you're talking to people. It's just like that in the boat. It's fun. Mm-hmm. It's fun riding the wave. But you're just like whenever we do our thing, and I think you did try to reference that, even though you're at 51 million and we're nowhere near that amount. There are people that are just like hate who I am in real life and definitely on the internet as well. And it sucks for them whenever I'm dropped into something. You know, like, I'm sorry that I'm here, but I am
I'm
here.
the same way. I'm like, I'm not trying to have it bad.
Yeah, I know you don't like me. I know you don't like me, and I'm here, and you want to like this. Like, I am so sorry, but this is just how this is. So that's always going to exist. So I respect the fact, I see a lot of simpatico with the way you kind of go about doing your thing for me. So I have a lot of respect for what you do, but you are very much, and I love it.
It's appointment viewing.
It is. Yeah, because you never know. We need you on the next Alex Honnold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was crazy.
Did you watch that?
I actually just saw the clip of it, but I haven't watched it yet. But I literally just got back home, and I was like, what happened? What?
So Free
this
Solo.
Is like Mission Impossible? This is real? Yeah. Like, it's like, what are we doing? Running Man, the old movie? It's like we're just going to watch someone die?
So that's coming back with Glenn Powell, actually. I do believe it's going to be. It's out right now. Mm-hmm. Did you watch Free Solo with this guy, Alex Honnold? Tony, did you see Free Solo?
Yes, that was awesome. Okay. That was awesome.
So there's a lot of those moments while you're watching this live. Like you got the Free Solo, sweaty palms, sick feeling while watching something happen on TV. And I guess we haven't talked to him. We put the request in. We don't know if he's done a post-climb presser. We do not know if he's done that yet. But I would like to understand how hard he thought this was versus what he normally does, Tony. You know, and I think it would be something special to get you on the call for when he does this to the Eiffel Tower or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that'd be cool. I'm telling you, he's right there. I'm like, I wouldn't go by the window. Forget about being outside. I'm like, that's windy. I mean, that shows you how special and gifted he is, though. Like, we're talking probably about the best in the world, I'm guessing, right? Like,
yes.
So to me, it's like with someone so great and you're the best in the world at something, things get a lot simpler. And it's like, it's still ridiculously hard what he did for him, I guarantee. But for him, I mean, he just does things so perfectly. It's like Tom Brady throwing football.
It is like Tom Brady. Okay, so Tom Brady, GOAT. Okay, Tom Brady, GOAT in your eyes. Have you done like the best ball thrower, though? Have you done that whole conversation as well? What are your thoughts in history of ball? And do you go back, like we got Joe Montana joining us in the next hour. Do you go back like Dan Marino's quick release with the way he was able to spin it? How deep does your judgment go? And do you do top fives and things like that whenever you're just kind of watching ball?
Yeah, I love analyzing. I mean, I love learning. Part of the reason I talk to, you talk about when you study the players and the coaches throughout the week, but a lot of the time I'm asking questions I'll never use on air because I'm like, all right, why are you in a 4-eye here? And like, I've learned so much stuff. It's like you knew coverages and all the stuff in football when I played, but now I literally understand so much deeper level, the read technique at a corner and how to teach the hand placement for the D tackle and, the kick step, the A-B clamp. It's like there's a ton of stuff. But I just feel like I love studying and I love learning. And part of that was the mechanics of the throwing motion. I love trying to perfect that. I mean, I went a decade without ever missing a day of throwing because I felt like I had to catch up. I was so behind as a youngster. And I eventually remember when I figured out, I was like, ooh, I think I'm starting to. And then it was like, bam, now I can make the ball go wherever I wanted. And it was like the game got easier. And I feel like you study other guys. Tom Brady had the best spiral. And it's like the ball it's almost not spinning. It just stays. And it's so pure and it looked effortless. And I remember just being like, wow. And then Aaron Rodgers threw a ball one time at the Pro Bowl. And I'm sitting there and I was the start of the year. He comes in and it was 09 or 10, and he gets up there, and I'm like, okay, this is like Steve Smith show, really fast. He's going to run down the field, and it's like there's a rhythm to boom, boom, and you throw it, and all of a sudden, he waits, and I'm like, he's going to be 20 yards short on this dude, and then he goes, boom, and he launches this ball, and I swear, it goes up, 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 and when it's supposed to apex and come down, it just kept going and going and going. The ball went like 80 yards in the air, and I remember just looking over, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. So that was the first time. There's like guys like that where it's like there's rare, right? You got Elway, Favre, Marino. Everyone looked up to Marino. That was the other part. Montana was the best in that era. Elway's right there too. Marino, I mean, legends. But they all asked Steve Young one time. He's like, everyone kind of wanted to be Dan Marino in the mid '80s. It's like they actually looked up to him. The other quarterbacks in the league, it's like quarterbacks, they want to have what somebody else has. So Marino's right there with all of them. I mean, I'm missing a bunch of guys too. You got Favre.
Well, you're not an Italian, so Dan Marino
Aikman's a great thrower.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you're not Italian, so you weren't necessarily just going to guarantee Marino spot, Montana spot in there. We learned that earlier in the show. Man, I should have known that a long time ago. I've been saying that a lot. I appreciate it was weird. I appreciate your meticulous attention to detail. I think that alters how a lot of people will view maybe you calling a game, all these things you're saying. You didn't miss a day for a decade throwing? You weren't worried about like pitch count? Anything like that? No?
People told me that when I first got in the NFL. I was like, I don't have time to pitch count. I won't be here. It's like you have to. Like I was like, I had sore arm stuff sometimes, but I'm like, it's more important for me to get better at throwing. It's like my job is to put a ball somewhere where only my guy can get it and faster and on time. And it's like I always had, the Lord blessed me with instincts, right? The ability to like feel like right here. J.J. Watt loves that one. So. To me, it's like that's that sixth sense, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, I didn't do anything for that. I just got that from the Lord. It's like you just sense and feel where people are and you can do that stuff. But the part I couldn't do was this part. Make that throw under duress and hit my guy. Because it's like, I made the NFL because of instincts, but then it's like, hey, that was awesome. I mean, I missed him by 5 yards, but I got to him faster than everyone. So that's kind of my game. I needed to learn how to do that stuff because I wasn't very good when I first got in the NFL.
Hey, you got great, though. You worked your ass off, which we respect and appreciate. Great football story, great American dream story, especially with the numbers that CBS is getting for these games in the afternoon, that you're voicing over NFL history literally every single time you step on a mic. Speaking of NFL history, there's been a lot of evolution at the coaching position. Who's the right hire? Who's the wrong hire? Tone has a question for you about it all.
Yeah, Tony, obviously a lot of head coaching hires are happening right now, and everyone's judging them immediately, but you get to talk to head coaches literally every single week, offense, defense, coordinators, everything like that. Do you care if a head coach is an offensive mind or a defensive mind? And is there anything that if you were interviewing people that would be your singular focal point on what a head coach needs to be?
Yeah, great question. No, I don't care. It's more about the person. So I've had multiple owners, GMs call over the years and for advice on stuff. And I remember when Mike McDaniel came on, I said, I'm telling you, this is the best hire in this cycle. If anybody cares, okay? All right, tell me why. I'm like, well, number one, his defense, he runs exactly a similar style that I would if I was putting a defense in. In other words, we have 5 fronts. We have 5 coverages. We don't need 1,000. But they all look the same. So you put the front and the back end all lines, and then everyone gets to play multiple positions because they understand it conceptually. So he teaches the concept of the defense. Not, here's your play, your position is what you do on this coverage or on this play. So he teaches the concept of it, and I was like, that's a great way of teaching. And then on top of it, his instincts for the game. Like, this is one of the most underrated aspects is, okay, you're a head coach. We got culture. We need that, right? Who you hire matters as much as anybody. Okay, are you calling the defense? Are you putting the defense in if you're a defensive guy? Because I kind of need you to, if it's in my opinion. Whether you call it, I don't mind, but I do want you in your defense. It's part of the reason we're getting you here. And some guys get hired as the head coach, they hire the D coordinator, it's his defense now. And I don't love that. And then that eventually fades away a lot. Then offensively, it's a lot to be the head coach and the play caller. It takes a special person. If you get that guy, you get that guy. It's Sean Payton. It's Sean McVay. It's Kyle Shanahan. It's like we're talking the best of us, Andy Reid. I mean, we're talking about the top guys, but there's only 5 of them probably in the world, 6 at any given time. And so that's the guy. But you got to get the right guy who can understand how to fit these things together, to fit these coaches and the right scheme. When Mike Vrabel's smartest thing was hiring Josh McDaniels. That was literally as important as anything for the Pats. It's not going to get this other guy here because that would have changed the entire complexion thing. That's why Mike Vrabel was a great pick. He knew who to go get to help the other side. So you can hire either side.
How about McDaniel's name not even being up for any job?
Nope.
No, I've done that. I've done that. We got Drake May up here. I like Vrabel. They're paying me good.
New England's great.
New England's great. We got a chance to really do something. I've done the head coaching thing. Definitely not this year, turning it down. These fired coaches, McDermott just turned down basically any further interviews. McDaniel just signed up to be the offensive coordinator. How do you feel about that whenever coaches take a year off after they get fired? We saw Peterson do that, right? He kind of took a trip around town before he ended up back at Jacksonville. Big Mike McCarthy obviously took a year off, joined us, went back in there. How do you feel about the fired head coaches? Like Stefanski gets right back into it with Atlanta. Saleh goes D.C. for a year. Now he's back into head coaching with Tennessee. What are your thoughts on the transition out of the head coaching role?
Well, I think there's multiple fronts here. I think, number one, sometimes a break is needed, but also you get paid. You got to remember, it's like that they still got to pay that guy. So if he goes and takes this other job here, it's like that payment can be different. You never know. That's part of it for some guys. Some guys just get burnt out a little bit. I do think it's important that you have some sort of positive media aspect to what they think of you, and definitely across the league where those guys who are getting those things have had some people who think they're good coaches, right? Other guys, it's like, if you come out and have a really terrible season and it finishes, like, all right, he's not that good, right? Just that's how people think sometimes. It's like, well, sometimes there's things out of their control, injuries, aspects, who got drafted. But McDermott will be picked up very quickly. I mean, he's outstanding. I feel like he's one of the best. Maybe sometimes you just need to hear a new voice. That's part of it.
Harbaugh. How about Harbaugh just immediately going to the Giants? Tomlin obviously moves on. There's a lot of crazy transition right now, man. There's 10 coaching jobs open.
I mean, I just never saw this coming. It's like, I could see one of them, right? It's like, okay, but to have Tomlin, Harbaugh, McDermott before the season, I'm just like, that's impossible. Like, you're literally talking to like 3 of the top 6, 7 coaches in the league. And it's like, I don't know. I remember Andy Reid making the joke, like, at the end of the year or something, they're like, are you coming back next year? You're going to retire? He's like, I plan on coming back. I mean, if they'll have me, you never know in this league. And I was like, ha, ha, ha. And then I'm like, well, actually, this is all happening all over here. 2 weeks later, I was like, gosh, Andy does know this league pretty darn well. But I just think you got to hire the right coach. And if you don't have one, you ain't beating these other coaches. They're too good.
Yeah, there's some real talent out there leading teams around the league, especially with how quick turnover was in Chicago and Jacksonville and New England. The expectation is going to be for you to be great quickly. Okay, speaking of turnover, they had one in Dallas, obviously. Ty has the last question for you here, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, I would assume very few people know Jerry Jones the way that you do, and I don't know what you guys' relationship is like, but what did you there you go, great. So what did you think of kind of just all of the rhetoric surrounding him? Obviously, after he trades Micah, people are killing him and saying that he's trying to, lose intentionally or whatever. And then later in the season, they get Quinnen Williams. It seems like whenever Dak is healthy, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, but they haven't been able to get the defense right. I think they're going on their 4th defensive coordinator in 5 years. Like, what do you think about all the moves that Jerry has made, and how close do you think the Cowboys are realistically to, I guess, winning the division? It seems like winning the Super Bowl is still a pretty tall task for them.
It's hard to have that kind of turnover every year. I think what they tried to do is they tried to have a philosophy of hiring ex-head coaches as the D coordinator. And if you take a look, you had the Dan Quinn to the Zimmer and then to Eberflus. And I think that worked with Dan Quinn so well that they kind of want to stick with that. And then obviously it just didn't work out for multiple reasons. I mean, it's hard for anybody to come in losing a Micah, but I could see how this is going to be a win-win for Green Bay and Dallas. I mean, if you weren't good enough to win the Super Bowl last year and you're about to sign Micah, then all of a sudden now you're telling me, okay, I'm going to pay 3 guys in the top 2 or 3 in the league at their position. Dak, CD, you got Micah, and then all of a sudden you got another receiver coming in now that you're going to have to pay. It's like, you're not going to really be able to build this roster out fully. It's like, they have lost, given up a lot of running yards in the playoffs in years past. I mean, sometimes that's a little too short to think of just that for a reason to trade. But I could see getting 4 or 5 guys, and that could actually equal, something there with Mike. I mean, you've got now 2 big guys in the middle. It's a lot improvement. They've got another first rounder coming this year. They've got another one. I mean, I just feel like they could end up getting 3 or 4 guys if you get the right coach in there. And I think they've got a good one this year. I think he's got a pretty good system. they really like him. But this team can turn around in a hurry. I mean, this is not a long one. This can be real fast. I mean, now you got Harbaugh in the division too, so it's going to be tougher. But I see Dallas 1 or 2 players away with a scheme on defense of making a run in the playoffs.
Okay, I appreciate you. You basically said exactly what Jerry said. Everything you just said right there. Can't stop day one. They got what they got. We got what we got. We tied. Neither of us won the Super Bowl. Like
they lost last season because of it, though, because you lost those games early, and it's like, that you were too far behind the 8 ball to get back in it. Agreed. So you did kind of lose out a season in some ways.
Hey, Jerry's cool. He's never given us a chance. Jerry, he's awesome. We've been shooed out of the Jerry camp. Every time we put in a request, it's always just like bounced out the door, basically.
I'll talk to him. We
saw him in Landman. What a scene. What a scene. That was unbelievable.
That's right up his alley. I mean, that was him to a T when he was younger. He was all in that world.
You try to make something with your family. That's really what it's all about. And then he kisses him on the forehead, walks out of there. Unscripted, one take, get me through there. What a legend. You are as well, Tony. Keep doing your thing, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate your contributions to ball. Not just ours, all of them. Golf, basketball, baseball, I assume. And anybody that's a D1 AA Heisman, I consider an absolute dog. And obviously you've proven to be more than that. So cheers, dude. Good luck out there.
Hey, thank you, guys. And I'm a terrible baseball player, so I appreciate the plug, but that one's not true. The rest of them are obviously true. But that one was definitely not.
But
thank you guys, and thank you for making my days more fun. I always look forward to watching. Keep it up.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Romo.
Yeah,
Tony.
Not Italian.
Unbelievable. How do I not know that? I've been saying that a lot. I feel like somebody should have corrected me at some point. Tony.
Today was the first time I heard you do that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if that's true.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay, I thought it was Romo Vecchio, though.
Romo's too short to be Italian.
I know, but it's just Tony, and then you drop
the
that
Tony
in there.
doesn't help.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
name.
just assume Anthony.
What is he then?
He says he's a mutt. Yeah. That's why I did 4 different languages.
I believe his paternal grandfather immigrated from Mexico to San Antonio. And I want to say his dad's name is Ramiro Romo.
I would like to say that's an incredible name. Yes. And I dropped Muchos Gracias first.
You did.
Bingo.
Okay. So we cleaned up at the end. I apologize, Tony, for that. What a great time. He knows of our existence.
That's wild.
We know of his, too.
Yeah.
We rode the wave with him.
Tony's always Tony, and I respect that.
And I feel like he is wildly intelligent, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
He was sending things back to us before giving an answer that usually I do to people, and they don't notice, and then you just kind of keep rolling.
He kind of broke you down.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Tony, don't be doing our shit to us. Hey, this is kind of our thing, Tony. You need to stop. So I respect the way his brain works, which makes me probably tend to believe that selfishly that's why I like the way he probably calls Gapes. Yeah, probably the same people that hate Tony, I assume, send me terrible things on a regular basis.
And which is why some people get frustrated because we know how smart he is.
It's more entertaining than the alternative.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life. Take 5.
Bye.
Belle Sessions, who got here at 3 a.m. this morning, was the winner. Her ticket was pulled, and you thought to yourself immediately, what, Belle?
I knew I couldn't do it, and he was next to me, and he said that he could, so we're splitting it.
Okay, so Belle Sessions made the decision to talk to my man, Henry Silver, who Henry got here yesterday at 6 p.m. He's been waiting for this moment. Now, Henry, you told her that you could make it. Why do you think that's the case? Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I've kicked a ball before. I've played soccer my whole life. I think I can do it.
This kick is for $150,000. You said you would split it in half, right? Okay, so let's make it $200,000. If you make it, you will both get $100,000. Where are you from, Henry?
I'm from Fishers, Indiana.
Who's your favorite NFL team?
The Colts.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Come on, bro. Hell yeah. To hell with the Falcons. That was rude. They didn't deserve that. I like that. Henry, 33 yards, $100,000 for you, $100,000 for her, $200,000 to hurricane relief, $400,000 on the line. Henry, are you ready?
Of course.
Have you ever said anything bad about kickers?
Of course.
Shut up. Let's go. Now, here in Athens, Georgia, it would be beautiful if $400,000 would be up for grabs. Why don't we double it because the Georgia Bulldogs. So, $800,000 kick right here, Henry. But what I want to let you know is you're not getting a second opportunity. I don't care if this entire place starts chanting for a second kick. One kick, 800,000 racks, 400,000 to Hurricane Relief, 400,000 to you two split, 200 grand each. Henry Silver from Indiana for Bell Sessions. Let's go, Henry! Oh my! Henry! Henry! Come in, buddy! Come in! Let me see this. Let me see this, Henry. That was amazing. I mean, he walked in like, Henry! Congratulations, Henry! Congratulations, Bill! Dude! Congratulations, Georgia! What a morning! College game day's the greatest! College football's amazing! Bill, you just won $200,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you ping! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. This is a big day.
Huge.
Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on the Super Bowl season, Tuesday, January 27, 2026. Hour 2 of the program begins now.
Football!
Whew. I feel like I had to get a lot of words in there because our mind has been blown. We learned a lot about Tony Romo in the last hour, about how he prepares, how he dives into, every single detail, how much he wants players to care as much as he cared about it. He threw every single day for a decade so that he could become a better ball thrower for the good of his team, for the good of his career. He's an undrafted guy, D3 guy. And then we also learned he does just kind of fly out there and kind of do his thing. He is always Tony Romo, which we appreciate and respect. I thought that was an Italian man.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Romo.
You can see how you would think that. Tony.
I called him Paisan and Graz. We did the whole thing. No selling it. I'm like, excuse me. Come on, I just did the whole thing. Come on.
Not even a prego?
I know that there has to be some sort of something going on. No response. Then from the back, Nick Moraldo goes, heads up, he's not Italian. Okay? All of a sudden I go, well, Tony, you're not Italian. Turns out, we just looked it up. His name is so cool. Antonio Ramiro Romo.
Wow.
Whoa.
Antonio Romo is calling games. Okay, that's good for the league. Hey, Tony, we appreciate the hell out of you, man.
Love you, Tony.
Antonio's a sick name.
Yeah.
Fox Tables here at Boss Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, your thoughts on Tony Romo after a 45-minute conversation with him?
I mean, just reaffirmed everything I already knew. I love him. I would take a bullet for him. I wish he would have maybe slipped in a hard count. Because it's one of those things where beggars can't be choosers. He gave us 45 minutes of gold, and I feel like we kind of bridged the foundation there. So I feel like that's not the last time we're going to be seeing Antonio Ramiro Romo on this show.
Antonio's a sick name. One half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Anthony DeJulio, Tone. That was a wild time back there in the first hour. What did you learn from Mr. Romo that we will move forward with now?
Yeah, and fun fact, Anthony translates to Antonio in Spanish and Italian. So just so everybody knows that.
Wow.
Okay.
I said at the end of last hour, there's people who we talk to, Tim Tebow being one of them, someone else, I think Fernando Mendoza, Tony Romo, They just are who they are all the time, and people think it's a gimmick when they're on TV and stuff like that. Nope, that's just who they are, and I respect that.
Yeah, I appreciate you being your true self. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here.
Yes, sir.
D-Butch, Tony Romo, friend of the program. I think that's a pretty cool little thing.
Love that. Tony was awesome.
He was a good player. Did you play against Tony Romo?
I believe so. I think was that game we played in Dallas. Fake punt.
Dak.
That was that? You sure?
Pretty sure, yeah. The only way I remember is I threw an incompletion, and I think Dak jogged on the field. And I think he handed it off to Zeke.
I don't know, but
I don't know either. It could have been Tony Romo.
I don't know. We got to go back and see, but I think I played against him. It would
What
be
year
that
do
game.
we think that was?
We just ran his
Was that
highlight
14 or 13?
I don't know. It was an incomplete
Indy
pass
in
I
Dallas.
threw.
I mean, it was a
Did you guys lose 42 to 7? Did you guys lose 42 to 7?
We didn't need all that.
42 to 7.
It was Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Romo!
He threw 4 touchdowns.
Damn.
I remember.
He got the ball at the 16 for his first drive. We lost 4 yards in the first 3 downs.
We showed up.
We go at the punt.
4th and 14.
Yeah, I think it was 4th and 14, our first drive. We go at the punt. They show Orlando Scandrick, I believe. Mm-hmm. He either shows or ends up running out. They show hot, right? So Gunner left wide open. We've practiced this. I think they actually went back and counted like 67 times or something like that throughout the season, 70 times. Like if you have a punter who can throw, if the guy's wide the fuck open right there, that's easy. We're just checking zebra, which is a zone protection. I move up to 11 yards, basically, so I get the ball quicker. Everybody's just dropping straight back and holding, basically, and it's just an immediate throw for a first down right to the outside. So excited it's happening in Jerry World. Yeah. Oh, my God. You never know when this is coming. You have no idea when it's coming. First series, first punt. Guy shows, yes. Holy shit. That big-ass Jumbotron's right above me. Mm-hmm. Are we either hitting that thing or we're fucking throwing a pass? This is an incredible time. Go ahead, spin that. No laces, I don't think. Drop it. Feels pretty good. We end up not completing the pass. Tony Romo comes out, they score, and then it was just – people would say that exact failure of a fake punt is what led to us getting demolished.
Yeah, it started before that. We came out defense 3 and out, and Jarrell Freeman tackle, third down, boom, gets up, a quick boom, point, FU, flag, automatic first down. They go down and do whatever.
Oh, no.
They actually scored on their first 4. They scored touchdowns on their first 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got the ball first, it sounds like.
Got the ball first, 3 and out, penalty, first down, they go on to score.
Okay, then we 3 and out, loss of 4 yards, fake punt failure in our own in our own red zone.
It was over.
They score. Yeah, that thing was 14 zip before.
One play, 19 yards was their next. Yeah.
Okay, so it was on the 19. Yeah, I knew we lost yards. I thought it was a little bit more.
The Miles Austin.
Which touchdown? Which one are we asking?
Which touchdown?
That was to Dez. The second drive was to Dez.
Yeah, so it was that's what I remember for going down there.
But then you got luck. That's how you got luck.
Terrence Williams.
Congrats to Tony Romo, though.
Mm-hmm.
He was good.
Big win over the Colts that day. Mm-hmm. He literally didn't have to do anything, and the game was over.
He was 18 of 20 for 218 and 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
People forget.
This guy was
didn't miss a day for a decade.
Masterclass.
How were you ever going to stop him?
Yeah, he was out. Then they had the forget his name. Played at Buffalo. Long hair, short, white, wide out.
Cole Beasley.
Yes, Beasley. Animal. Beasley, Williams,
he had a touchdown.
Dez.
Beasley's a rapper, I believe.
Miko
yeah,
Lopez.
a good rapper.
Was Witten still around at that
Witten
time?
had 7 for 90 and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a good day out of
I think
Witten.
everybody on their team had a touchdown. We get it. It was a long day. Long trip back. Dressed full cowboy, obviously. Had a riding jacket on. Whole thing. And then first time I'm on the field, his failure leads to a touchdown immediately afterwards.
Dressed to throw the football, sounds like. You knew it was coming, maybe.
I did.
I mean, you had a sick day, though.
That was one of my guys.
You had a long of 61,
That's
average
not
of
good.
47.
You probably our player. You probably got
part of the game.
ball
What's
now.
Chuck? I mean,
joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, he's a man who obviously. What's that, D-Butt? Everybody needs to relax.
Shit, he wasn't out.
It wasn't his fault.
What are you doing all week? 42-7. I mean, that's way
personal foul on third down gives him a first down. The refs decided that game.
Sounds like he doesn't have control of the boys. If that's what I'm
Hasselbeck
hearing.
and Luck both threw the ball 22 times that game.
This is how I was dressed too. Yeah, Bruce found I was dressed. We fucking lost.
Good fit.
Fake Bo was the reason why we
You wear that on the plane ride home?
Yeah, put that shit back on. Huh?
I left the hat.
Yeah.
I think I left the hat because hats are tough to travel with.
Especially those ones.
Like, that was the jacket that was long and had a split if I was going to hop on a fucking horse.
Yeah, like the
Like Knight
Matrix.
Rider
Yeah.
or whatever.
0 for 1 passing that on that particular day. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's probably had great memories down there, I assume. He's
won a Super Bowl there.
Won a Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl champion, college football national champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. Hawker dressed like an asshole, have an incompletion that leads immediately to a touchdown en route to a route. And I'll tell you what, you got to change the way you act every once in a while. You know what I mean, H?
Yeah, I guess you do, but that's what I always wonder when I see these guys wearing crazy like Halloween costumes or just, some kind of, unique situation going in after you lose. Do you sit there in your locker and think for a couple minutes like, okay, do I put the old duster back on and the cowboy hat? Or what
it's called a duster. You know the name of the jacket. Thank you for telling me that. That is the name of the jacket. It is called a duster. I decided to leave the bolo in the bag. Hat was left in locker room. Duster did go on, and cowboy did walk home. You sound like you were the same as everybody else. One suit?
Yeah.
One suit on way out there. One suit on the next morning, 2 game, one suit, same way home. One outfit, whole time. You think guys are bringing backup outfits when they dress like assholes,
Definitely.
Fashionable gentlemen
Sure.
Who are expressing their, whatever the hell they're allowed to, you're allowed to dress however the hell you want. And if you think it looks cool, sweet. Hey, I'm happy for you. Some of you look like assholes. You look like assholes, though, which is, I think, a part of the fashion thing. But that's us calling, they don't think my opinion on fashion is
I think they
worthy.
think it's sweet. Like, hey, fashion, I'm an artist. I'm expressing myself. I think that's what they think.
And some people want to look like an ass. Like Mac
That's
Hollins.
what I'm saying.
Mac Hollins. He wants to.
Whoa.
True.
He wants, hey, look at me.
It's part of it.
Yeah.
Boom,
But
back
hey,
the boom.
if you go out there and back it up,
Good.
it's good.
On the way out, he wearing shoes on the way out, you think?
No, he actually went into the locker room, I believe, took his shoulder pads off and his shoes, and then came back out for the celebration after the game.
I respect Mac Hollins. He was doing this in Buffalo, goes up to New England, does the same exact thing, and has a couple massive plays
Huge.
for the New England Patriots in big-time moments. But, yeah, they have to have different outfit for way
Definitely.
out. I would assume.
I hope so.
I don't know.
If the coach sees you putting your accessories back on after you get smoked by 40 points, I can understand if I was head coach, I might get pissed off. I see you putting your bolo tie back on in the mirror, like taking some assistant coach's space.
We lost by 35, not 40. Okay.
Coach, is
Not
this straight?
bad.
Coach, do you know how much length I have between the old pendant and the rope in the bottom? How many, 6 inches? What do you think?
What is standard bolo operating procedure, Coach? Chuck Jeesh, Pat. Your throw was the reason why we lost.
Take that fucking thing off.
I'm telling you, man. That would have been cool if we completed that. We complete that?
Might win that
Play a
game.
different game.
Maybe we go down there. Saw Jarrell Freeman the other day. What a great name to bring up. He was a CFL legend.
Oh, yeah.
I forget where he went to school. Somewhere in Texas, a purple place.
Oh, yeah. Small
school, purple.
Stephen F. Austin.
That might have been it. Is that a purple place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is where he went. Incredible work right there. I think that is where
He went to somewhere no one would ever know. It's called Mary Hardin Baylor.
Is it purple?
Oh, MHB?
Let's see.
Maybe not. Maybe
it is purple. Yep.
It is purple?
Yep. The Crusaders. Yeah.
I wouldn't have got that one.
Okay, I feel pretty
They're
good about
I thought that
They're
was your
D3.
second.
It's a good shot, man.
Anyways, he goes and plays in the CFL. He plays in the CFL, plays great in the CFL. Grigson finds him out of the CFL, signs him to pretty long deal at the age in which he is at. He comes to Indianapolis. The guy's a machine.
Great football.
He was like, I think he hurt his foot maybe. I don't know if it was a foot injury. That might have been anger. Something happens in injury. We had him locked up for his whole career though, basically. So all his good days.
No, he left and went to Chicago and played.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
did?
plays some good ball in Chicago, too.
Because we had him locked down. He was outperforming his contract.
Oh, yeah.
We had him locked down for a pretty good amount of time contract-wise. And his first year there, fresh out of the CFL, he just how'd nobody else know this guy existed? Is kind of the thought. But then we had him for a long time. And I think he was outperforming his contract by a large, large margin. He did go up to Chicago.
Yeah.
I remember watching him run around. I just saw him the other day.
Jack, yeah. He was
Absolutely.
undersized, but he was strong as shit. He would hat in hands. He would play the run. Like I said, he was a smaller linebacker, so you wouldn't think it, but he would strike folks, and then he could cover, too. So
Where'd he go to school?
Mary Hardin Baylor.
What is that? What
The D3 school. They actually beat Bones' team in the D3 national championship when he was a senior. And Coach Pagano did text in and say he knew exactly who it was as well.
Shout out Chuck Pagano.
What?
I'm not 100% sure. Which one? Which part did he know?
The flag.
No, he knew the school.
Oh,
he knew the school.
Of course.
Okay, because there's a lot of things he could have known. Because he canceled, by the way, hot route to Gunner.
Going forward?
Right after that.
Oh, okay.
He said, we're never doing that again.
Just change the gunner.
That's good, all coach.
That was one of my guys.
I was not happy about it. I
remember.
Yeah, I actually had a full conversation with Coach Pagano. So one guy drops a pass out of 67 we did this. We can't get another guy in there.
Yeah.
We're just going to let somebody sit out there wide open, and I'm going to have to stand back here, me, as a human, as a football player that grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And there's going to be a wide open guy right there that we're not going to throw the ball to because one guy to
Pat.
we'll
that's
put a wide
exactly what I'm saying.
That's what we'll put a wide receiver. I'm like, I think that's bullshit. I think this is professional football. Aren't we going to try to win a game that is clearly an advantage for us? No, we're not doing what happened last time again. I know we're not doing that. So if you have any ulterior motives or alternative ideas for us not to have that happening, it's like, this is bullshit. And I felt terrible for the guy. Guy was an incredible player for us. Great special teamer for us. Great football player, great dude. Everything was like great about him. That happening, though, changed a lot. Anyways, there were some things that happened in championship weekend that DB might have a little hindsight on, AJ. We wanted to do a little something different this week with everything DB. We wanted Darius J. Butler to potentially, and I think it was his initial idea of, hey, there's some things that I think could have been done to stop some of these plays that took place. So we said, why don't we do a little hindsight defensive coordinator? Then boom, all of a sudden you got Monday morning DC with DB happening on Tuesday, because normally the Monday morning quarterback stuff happens on Monday after the games, but he couldn't get here because it's Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
So it's Monday morning DC with DB going forward, but this one's happening on Tuesday. It's the first ever one.
Okay.
So we just need people to understand that this would be normally happening yesterday, but planes just weren't able to land anywhere in the middle.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's Monday morning DC with DB on Tuesday morning this time, but not in future times. It's the debut of a new segment where we're going to get smarter on the defensive end. D-Bud, what do we need to do?
It was beautiful, first of all, flying in, seeing all that snow on the ground. I'm sure it was shitty to deal with, but it was amazing seeing it coming in from the air. If you run the replay, Foxy, this touchdown that we've seen from Jackson Smith and Jigba lines up in the backfield, and you think, watching this game, how the hell does the best wide receiver in football, one of the best wide receivers in football, get wide open at the critical point in the game? Well, this is kind of how it happens. We go to the all-22 view, and I've seen some great breakdowns on this play. If you watch initially, the alignment, he's going to line up away from the pass strip. Can I get the wide copy from the sideline? Yep, boom, perfect. So he lines up initially away from the pass strip. So keep your pause. Right now, the passing strength would be to Sam Darnold's left. You got Rashid Shaheed, a wide receiver. You got Cooper Kupp, a wide receiver. So that's the passing strength. Now, in any coverage as a defense, you have to know where the best wide receiver on the football field is. That's Jackson Smith and Jigba here. Right now, he starts off to the right side of the formation. You let it run. He motions over to the left side of the formation. Pause it here. The safety is circled. The coverage they are running is quarters. That's the base coverage called in from the defensive coordinator. Now, in every quarter's coverage, an adjustment is made when it's a bunch. And if you look at the wide receivers, once again, all three of them are on the same side. 1, 2, 3, inside the numbers in the hash. So that's basically a bunch. The adjustment is box. So that's the two low defenders, the nickelback and the linebacker, and the safety and the cornerback to that side with the wide receivers. That's who's going to be running the bunch adjustment. So if you leave it paused, the two underneath, you go low inside, low outside, deep outside, deep inside for the safety in the corner. Now, I'm circling that backside safety because right now the adjustment I will make it now, this is Monday morning, this is Tuesday morning.
Hindsight.
Now, so this is for the Patriots to be looking at, for instance. Now, the adjustment will be shove or push, and that's basically telling the front side defenders, everybody over there to the passing strength, because that's where all the best players are, the best pass catchers are. Hey, I'm coming to your side. I'm shoving over there. Cornerback to my left. You lock up. You should be able to handle that tight end, and the dime backer, you should also be able to handle the running back. So right now, the safety that's circle, that's the guy to keep an eye on because he would be the one that can help. Now, if you let it run a little bit, you'll see the route concepts play out. Pause it. Now, Cooper Kupp, he's going to the flat, so he knows he's going to occupy that low flat defender. He's going to take that flat defender with his route. Going to go out to the flat and then come back inside. So now you have two deep defenders, also landmen on the inside, but I want you to focus on the two deep defenders now. Rashid Shaheed, he's going to run a post. Let it run a little bit. Pause it. Now, he's going to eat up the cornerback and the safety because the corner has to respect the vertical coming right at him. The safety has to respect the deep inside breaker. Without that other safety pushing over and helping, because if he does that, that cornerback to the front side, he can get wider, and now he can take Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's going to be running this corner route from the backfield. Now, he lines up in the backfield, but obviously he's not a running back. You have to treat him like a wide receiver. So right now you have the best wide receiver in football wide ass open because you didn't make that pre-snap adjustment. And if you let it run from the very beginning, just let it all play out. Right now the communication will sound like this. Hey, I'm the nickel to the right, nickel right. Okay, box, 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 backside safety circle. Hey, shove, 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 I'm coming over. So now everybody's on the same page of how we're going to run this coverage post-call. So the call comes in from the coach, but now it's professional. So this is the biggest difference from playing like high school, collegiate, and then the NFL level. When you hear like, hey, be a pro, this is the pro of it. Now, do the players have the freedom to do this? This is things you have to work on Monday through Saturday. You can't just do this on the field. We have to work on this because everybody's kind of we got to be on the same page when this happens because it happens so fast. Motion right, box, 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 shove, shove, shove. So that communication is made. 2-6 Kitchens, he's shoving over to give those DBs some help. And now we have 5 bodies on 3 wide receivers as opposed to 4.
AJ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
AJ, what's Landman saying in the middle of this? And obviously this is all Monday morning, okay? Yeah. This is hindsight. We understand the outcome in what Jackson Smith and Jigba is not going over to an actual bunch. He's just going to create one in the backfield, which is obviously a different alignment. How often are boys making changes there? How often is everybody kind of changing adjustments?
Oh, I think it changed a lot. And Landman, you're aware of where JSN is pre-snap, and you're already alerting, hey, if he goes in motion, this is what we're going to go to box. And then Landman saying, you could say box, in and out. I got inside, you got outside, you know that. But if you watch JSN from the snap, if you run it a little bit, no one really has their eyes on him until it's too late, and he's almost in the end zone. Like, look, maybe the play side corner is peeking on him, but watch, like, Landman's going, his eyes are gone right to Cooper Kupp. And then, look, JSN, there's not really eyes on him right now.
Yeah, and that can't be the case. Just the same way for with Seattle, when they're on defense, every coverage, regardless of what's called, we have to know if I'm Seattle on defense, where Puka Nacua is. That's going to affect our coverage, or Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, whoever that receiver is. Everybody has to be on the same page, so we can't just treat Jackson Smith and Jigba like he's a normal running back in this concept. And we talking about it. This is in hindsight now, but this is the NFC Championship game. And they've been running quarters, the Rams have been running quarters all season long. The Seahawks know that. Cooper Kupp knows it. Sam Darnold knows it. Clint Kubiak knows it. So they're going to have routes built in, especially in the red area, to attack the rules of the coverage.
So let's talk about that. Can we talk about that, please, with how genius Kubiak is? You can go back to the beginning, I guess, if you want to show the eye candy of the motion. So all these routes, go ahead and run it. This thing's a beautiful box here. How come everybody else can have the ones without the lines in it?
I don't know. We saw it as well this past weekend.
Everybody, it seems like we should be able to. We need to do that. But this whole thing, this is all on purpose. Everything's on purpose, right, by this offense. So whenever you're talking about like a quarterback or like somebody making a transition from college to the NFL, there's a massive difference in the mentality, the mindset, the amount of information you need to have, right? And obviously this is one of those checks that could have happened in real time. But they're running this all on purpose, right? Everything is schemed up. Cooper Kupp is literally taking this guy out. They are scheming somebody to be wide ass open, let alone the best player on the field. But this is all on purpose. And the quarterback has to be on time with everything? Like, how does
this? This is all on purpose. The motion to get him, because if he just comes and lines up there, now you have more time to make those adjustments. Does it sound good?
Yeah, there's the mic right there.
Okay, so you have more times to make these adjustments. Or if they just come out in a traditional bunch, you have times to make, hey, box with the shove, all these different things. When he starts here, what motion does, motion creates communication for the defense, whether that's verbal or nonverbal communication. So that's pointing and talking, that's talking, and the communication can't just happen on Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. The communication has to happen Monday through Saturday. This is practice, this is meetings, this is walkthroughs. We all have to be on the same page on how we're going to, because we know the weaknesses of our coverage as well. We see quarters beaters. If you play cover 3, they're going to be cover 3 beaters. You play cover 2, it's going to be cover 2 beaters. We all know these different things. So when that late motion happens, it creates all that different motion. So right now, if you just continue to watch this safety, he's going to be covering grass essentially. Like, that's one of your best defenders, that's one of your best athletes on the field, and right now he's covering the hash marks when Darius Williams, he should be able to handle a tight end. Now, if that's Gronk, if that's Tony Gonzalez, if that's Travis Kelce, now maybe you adjust it differently. But when it's you come into a game, honestly, in NFL, you come in, AJ will tell you this too, certain guys got to beat us. You know, Rashid Shaheed, he got to beat us on defense today. Cooper Kupp, he got to beat us today. Jackson Smith and Jigba can't beat us. That can't be that's the game record. So you have to have that adjustment. And you start off with a box, you're going to have 4-on-3, but with that shove call, you'll have 5-on-3. If I was a defensive coordinator, quarters will kind of be my base coverage because you have so many different options that you can massage the defense with to be in the right situation.
These offensive guys are genius. This is the offensive genius stuff. This is the designing of plays.
Yep.
Like they know what you're in, and we're going to draw up the perfect play for that situation. And it's interesting that, you know, whenever a defensive coach gets hired as the head coach, he finds that with Kubiak and teams it up with the defense that he has. It's like Seattle's special.
And I'm surprised that the Rams didn't have these adjustments built in because this is why
faced them 3 times.
Yeah, this is why Chris Shula, you know, was getting the hype, or probably still is getting the hype that he is getting a head coaching job because of his defense. But when you're playing these things, once you get to kind of Thanksgiving, like teams kind of have their identities. Offenses have their identities. Defenses have their identities in coverage. You heard Romo talk about with McDaniel, like, hey, it's going to be this many looks and it's going to be 5 coverages. And if you have, it's one more here with Cooper Kupp again. So now all the speed is to his right. All the pass catchers are to the right. But I'm going, hey, just imagine all the Avengers over here, right? All the good guys are over here, the pass catcher on the same side. Once again, every coverage, we need to identify where 11 is. So now this is a cover 3. It kind of looks like a cover 4 shell, but that top safety he's going to rotate down. It's going to be a cover 3. And now, this is 3rd and 3. So down and distance is important as well. So 3rd and 3. If I'm calling a zone coverage, we have to match these routes. We can't just drop back to a zone and give up that easy completion. AJ talks about it all the time. We all have a built-in no-cover zone, which is 5 yards or less in zone coverage. That goes out the window in 3rd and 3. Now we have to attach to bodies at the sticks. And watch this play out. Cooper Kupp, he's lined up at number 1. He's just going to sit in the hole between these 2 zone droppers. Now, 37 late, you don't have another threat out there. You can't be covering the 5-yard line. You have to squeeze to number 10, to Cooper Kupp, and then the inside linebacker, you're dropping and you're looking at the quarterback. So you're going to obviously start off with 11 with Jackson Smith and Jigba, but then you got to bounce back and try to get in that window. And you have to anticipate these breaks in these routes. It's 3rd and 3. If this was 1st and 10, maybe I can understand it. But the thing about zone coverage, you have to read quarterbacks break on intentions. And the reason you break on intentions is because you are able to rally and tackle. This should be a catch and a tackle at the 5-yard line. Maybe you get the first down. You'll see it from the back copy, Sam Darnold go through his progressions. So a part of it comes down to the quarterback as well. Just watch his eyes in his helmet. He's going to start to the defense's right and then work his way back to Cooper Kupp. And while he's doing that, you can watch 48. You see Landman, but you also see 48 coming to the screen and go towards Njigba. And then once he does that, he hits Coop right in the gap, and boom, it's a walk-in touchdown.
Sam Darnold, baby.
So Sam Darnold played an unbelievable game. Clint Kubiak, I think he called an unbelievable game, and he didn't call a safe game. Like, he played this game aggressive. You're going with the MVP caliber quarterback on the other side with Matt Stafford. You can't come into the game, even with as good as their defense is, hey, the defense is going to win it. Just don't turn the ball over. He came and he was aggressive from the first quarter all the way into the final drive when he called the boot for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold played unbelievable. I think 340-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, great play calling, and great execution from Sam Darnold. And it helps having one of the best wide receivers in the field, in the league, and then Cooper Kupp as well, one of the smartest wide receivers who I know his hands are kind of all over these game plans and these route concepts, especially down here in the red zone, the scoring area for the offense.
Hey, Cooper Kupp, allegedly, now it's being talked about.
Oh, yeah.
The Rams told him he's all washed up, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe he was told it might be time. Allegedly, this is what's being reported or being talked about. Obviously, until Cooper Kupp openly talks about it, which you never know. You never know. Mm-hmm. But whenever he was with Matthew Stafford, it was like, oh, there's another quarterback at wide receiver. You got another quarterback at wide receiver. So he won the quadruple crown.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Not just yards, not just catches, not just touchdowns, but also yards after catch in one season with Matthew Stafford. So much so that they started a podcast together called the Diamond Nine or something like that, a podcast. And everything was like good to go. And then the stories start coming out about Cooper Kupp. It's like, what does he do? Oh, well, he also is like a coach in the wide receiver room, an extra coach. He knows exactly what everything kind of calls for. And I think whenever you see these plays laid out by D-Bud, it's like every move is surgical. It's like everything's on purpose. Oh, he ran an in route there instead of an out route. Well, he did that strictly to kind of occupy the corner that it can't make the play on the deep ball here to Jackson Smith and Jigba. It's like these super genius offenses that have the right guys in the right spots can be unbelievable. Do the Patriots defense, are they built to kind of handle this? I guess that would be the follow-up question is like the Patriots defense built for this type of offense, or are we going to have a good little joust here?
Yeah, once you get to this point in the season, the players, the coaches, they're going to make plays. It's just going to come down to critical situations. It's going to come down to the red area. Can we make one play? Can we create a turnover? 2-minute situation. We saw him operate, make a big pass down the middle to JSN. I think they have the players to match up. They also are smart, and they also can do different things, and they have game records on every level, but especially on that front level. Like Milton Williams, I don't care what you call, at any point in the game, him or Barmore can just wreck the entire play. Regardless of what's a run play, a play action pass, whatever it is, you can wreck the play. And we saw it with Philadelphia Eagles against the Chiefs last Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. Andy Reid, one of the greatest play calls we've ever seen. But if you can't block them up front, and then we also can have 7 guys on the back end watching the quarterback, that's an incredible weapon. So I definitely think the Patriots have the personnel and the coaching to get it done. And then I think the same. Both offenses and deep. We haven't seen the best of the Patriots offense. Honestly, in my opinion, the weather has been a shit show throughout their entire run. They played great defenses, and they just did what needed to be done to win the games. So I think that'll be kind of an advantage because now the Seahawks haven't seen kind of their best stuff for the last few weeks. So I think this will be a great game, and it'll come down to the last drive like a lot of these Super Bowls do.
And the Patriots, I might be wrong here, but as far as like lockdown corners go, like the San Francisco 49ers and the Rams don't have like a Christian Gonzalez, and who knows if, Gonzo will follow JSN, but that would be like just kind of pontificating about what the game could be. The JSN versus Christian Gonzalez matchup would be one of those like Super Bowl-esque legendary, best on best. Hopefully that's what we get, but you never know.
They make it so hard to even with Puka, like they make it so hard to be like, hey, we have a great cornerback. You just follow 11. If you look at like
coming out of the backfield, D-Buck, like him up everywhere.
He's back.
Put him in bunches, everything.
He's motioning. He's in bunches. He's on the top of it. He can out wide. Like he's everywhere. So it's hard to call a play of your coordinator to get that Christian Gonzalez on JSN matchup. And it's great by offense. Offense started doing this, I would say the last decade or so. It used to be, hey, our best guy's out here at X. Like, try your best to stop him, or he plays the Z. Now you start to see, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, all these guys, they play all over the field, so it's harder to kind of game plan for them. It's harder to get hands on them. And, you're going to have situations where the best wide receiver in the field is going to be matched up with safeties and linebackers.
And nobody every once in a while, which I think is what you were saying. They got him in the backfield. They got him lined up everywhere. Kubiak's a genius, it seems like.
I guess he is, but the thing is, okay, what's going to be your answer? We saw that JSN coming from the backfield. We motioned to it. It's a beautiful play. Now we know the Patriots are going to work on it. You'll walk through, you'll work on it in practice, make sure you don't get beat with that in the Super Bowl, but they're going to have some kind of wrinkle off of that, some kind of look off of that I think in the Super Bowl would be sweet to see how they counter.
I'm excited for the battle. I'm excited for Sam Darnold. I'm excited for Sam Darnold to see what he can do against this Patriots defense in the Super Bowl. There's some people that think the Seahawks are just going to kill the Patriots.
A lot of people I've seen.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know.
I honestly, I don't know either.
I genuinely.
A lot of it has to do, I think, with D-Butt says. Like, the weather hasn't been great, but, like, if you haven't really watched the games and, after the game you're just looking at the box score, it's like they scored 16 points, they scored 10 points, and then you watch the Seahawks and Sam Darnold's throwing for 360 yards, JSN's putting up these big numbers. It's like, I don't care how good New England's defense is. Sam Darnold is him. They're going to beat the shit out of these guys. I think that's probably where it comes from.
The ticket demand for this game is obviously high. The average resale price is currently over $10,000. That's out there in Santa Clara, California, too, which I think you're probably going to have to pay a lot for a lot of things out there. So $10,393 is the average resale ticket price. You can get $250 off.
Boom. That's huge.
Okay, we're trying.
Who goes to these things?
Brings it down to a cool $10,000.
A little bit more. It might be.
Yeah, you're right.
Pay for parking with that 250.
Hey,
Probably
I don't know.
not.
I don't know. But just know that there is $250 off of a ticket if you would like to buy it to the big game using PAT250, PAT 250, at our friends at SeatGeek, the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon. They are the greatest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they'll tell you if it's a bad deal. There's a little red dot next to it. They kind of scale their ticket. They have AI scan the rest of the internet, and then they scale it, whether it's like a good ticket for a good price or if it's a bad price for the ticket. But if you need it, it's here.
Might be a lot of red dots for this one.
Feels like there, but if there's no other better prices anywhere else,
exactly.
This is a good deal. They do it for the market. They don't do it on what they think it should be.
Correct.
Okay, so on that note, shout out to SeatGeek. We appreciate him. We appreciate them. Joining us now is a man who's a 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 4-time Super Bowl champion, absolute stallion of a paisano from Western Pennsylvania, a man who is synonymous with the 49ers brand and 49ers Rise, which is going to be a docuseries on AMC debuting this Sunday called Rise of 49ers. Stories are going to be told by everybody that you can think of from the 49ers of the past. And even Tom Brady pops in because he was a season ticket holder of that particular team. And that's where he developed a love of ball in this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe!
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Pat.
How are you, Joe? Hey, dude, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We've been missing you in Lanai, though. The last couple of weeks, you weren't at the top of the path up there.
No, have you already been out there?
Yeah, we just we went over right after Christmas and through the New Year. Took all the kids and grandkids. So yeah, we missed you.
All right. Send my mana to the family, to the Montanas. Send my mana to the Montanas, okay? I will certainly see you guys. My wife and I will bring baby girl back. We'll hopefully have another whenever we make it over there. So we'll see you, obviously, on an island that we should not talk about because nobody goes there because it's so small. But, boy, it is a beautiful place with incredible people. Let's talk about a beautiful place that you know very well. Santa Clara, obviously, the home now, but that San Francisco area, home to a lot of incredible football history, obviously, with the NFL. This rise of the 49ers thing with AMC. How does this come together, and how excited were you to kind of take a trip down memory lane, and how was the experience as a whole reliving the glory days with those 49ers days?
Well, it's always fun, looking back at the things that happened and when I first got there, we were 2-14. It wasn't like this was something that just was handed over to us. And so they had to kind of work our way up. And once Mr. DeBarlo and Bill Walsh, he let Bill have the reins, and I think you could see him in those first couple of years, the team he was trying to build. There were some Saturdays we would go out the door for a home game, and there'd be like 50 people in the parking lot coming in for a workout. So you could see he didn't have the people he wanted at that point, but they both were something special.
Okay, well, we're thankful we're going to get to relive it. The San Francisco 49ers current team is dealing with a little electric issue, potentially, allegedly.
Big time.
But on that note, great squad, seemingly always in it, always there. But instead, the NFC West is being represented by the Seattle Seahawks. What are your thoughts on the state of the current Niners? And what are your thoughts on the Seattle Seahawks team that might be at the beginning of this whole thing with McDonald at the helm?
Well, with the 49ers, I just think it was one of those years where I was surprised how far they got considering how many injuries they had through this whole season. But, they still played well. They need a big play guy on the outside, I think. And although they made the best of what they had to deal with, both offensively and defensively. But Seattle's, they had their number. They had the 49ers number this year. They shut them down. And you look at Seattle, and I saw a little bit of the clip earlier, and I think one of the things, when I look back on how the Cowboys and kind of dealt with Jerry, I think you do the same with Seattle's guy, and you just don't let him beat you. Make somebody else beat you. And the Cowboys, when people could beat the Cowboys too, what do? They take Michael Irvin out of the game, they take their tight end, and then they play the running back and some wide receiver nobody can name still today on the other side. And the game's a little different though today. Hard to double guys, but when they beat the 49ers, they put a guy in Jerry's face and a guy behind him. And so they're going to make somebody else beat him. And I think that's what you have to do to this guy. He's just way too talented.
He's
just can't let him get behind you.
He's young too, Joe. I mean,
Yeah,
he's only
I
getting
know.
started in this entire thing. And then Sam Darnold,
Exactly.
obviously, he's getting his second chapter, Joe. This is big for the Sam Darnold kind of career arc as a whole.
Oh heck yeah! I'm all for Sam Darnold. The things that he's been through, the places that he's played, the games that he's won, and even here in San Francisco before he got to Minnesota. And I mean, like, come on, I saw the stat the other day on Sunday. He won 28 games in the last two teams he was with, and he's now getting another chance here, and he's doing the same thing. And I'm pulling for him. You know, I'm an NFC guy most of the time anyway, but. I'm all about Sam. He's a good guy, good player. I'm happy for him.
He's on his superhero arc, especially if he can knock off the New England Patriots who are back. AJ has a question about that, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, obviously Drake May and the New England Patriots and what Mike Vrabel has done in his first year, it's something special. But when you watch Drake May, I guess, what do you see? Like, what are you most impressed by when you see this guy on the field?
So I think both these guys have a lot of similarity in they're not forcing balls. They know they have a good defense, and you got a great defensive player as a head coach, and it's okay to punt. It's okay, and don't worry about that part. Don't try to make plays if you don't have to. And there will be points in the game that you might have to, but both these guys are under control. And he runs the ball well too. So I just think that. He's playing within himself, and that's all you have to do. You're coming to the Super Bowl. You don't have to do anything different than what got you there. And, this obviously is a big part of it.
Was that hard to do, Joe? Joe, was that tough to do as a quarterback to not get too jacked up for the Super Bowl?
No, not really. Bill Walsh kept you pretty down to earth. He would do things during the week, and like the first Super Bowl we went to, he dressed up as the bellman as we got off the bus, and he tried to take my luggage, and I didn't know it was him, and the guy kept grabbing my luggage. I go, no, I got it. And then finally I turned around, it was Bill, as we got off the bus, and he, I don't know, he just did those kind of things during the week, and little things that just would kind of take the pressure off of you, and
Okay, hold on, Joe. I don't think I knew enough about Bill Walsh. I know his name's talked about as being a great coach. This guy had a lot of moxie. Sounds like this guy had a lot of moxie. We're dressing up as Bellman as the.
I mean, we played Danny Marino and the Dolphins. Danny had a tremendous year that year, and we went back into the locker room after warming up, and it's always a long time before you come back out. And so Bill was laying on one of the equipment bags in the middle of the locker room. It was dead quiet. And he just started talking. Oh my, Dan Marino. Nobody can stop Dan. Oh, I mean, he's thrown for 40 touchdowns and whatever, all his stats, but just out of the blue. And then we were playing in our first Super Bowl again. We're on the last bus, and we're stuck because the vice president is coming, and we're like 500 yards away, and Bill stands up on the bus and says, "Hey. Don't worry. I know we're getting close to the game, and it's close now, but don't worry. The game started, and we have two equipment managers, Chico and Bronco. He said, so Chico scored and Bronco kicked the extra point."
I didn't know any of this. I assume that a lot of this is going to be in this docu-series on AMC.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's in there. So it's some fun things that people probably don't know. And but he just had that way about him. I got through an interception in an end zone one of the first times, and I knew I was in trouble when he started doing this thing right here. As I came off, I used to go right to him first and then to the phone. And he said, "What was that?" And I said, "I think they call that an interception, coach." He said, "Try not to let that happen again, would you?" And I said, "Okay, I'm never going to him again first. I'm going to the phone first, let him cool down." I mean, that was about as heated most of the time as he got. But Legend. He also, he just had some feel about him. Like I came off the field. There's a photo that you'll probably see in the documentary where we're both on the ground and everybody's saying like we're drawing plays. But I was so exhausted at that point. I said, "Okay, just give me a minute, coach. I'll be right up. I need a rest." He goes, "No, don't worry. I'll come down to you." And we had our discussion. Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
We had our discussion right there down on the field. And I mean, he just had a great feel for the players, and we never wore pads. People wanted to come. You don't wear pads in training camp? No, we don't wear pads during the week either. So everybody wanted to come play for us at that point in time. So, but he had a different way about him, and it was very special. We lost him way too soon.
Yeah, sounds like it. And I obviously didn't know enough about him. I knew his name, a great coach.
Yeah.
I didn't know his demeanor. I didn't know how he went about doing his business. I just assumed old school football coach because of the amount of success in the time. I had no idea this guy was an absolute legend. Laying on an equipment box, talking shit to the defense.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan Marino. Like, what a moment there. Like, that's a legendary connection with your locker room, which we've seen here quickly back up there in New England, Joe. Connor has a question about a new voice coming to a place and turning it around quickly.
Yeah, Coach, Pat mentioned it. We see it with Vrabel in New England and how quickly, a new voice coming in after the whole Mayo situation, and even, Bill and kind of rebranding the Patriots as more fun, jovial group of guys who can win while having joy. We're seeing other teams, Buffalo and Baltimore, both have, franchise quarterbacks, both have very successful, legendary coaches, but both teams move on from those guys. When do you know, or have you ever really heard about an experience where the locker room just needed a new voice? And what do you think those quarterbacks in particular are looking for in that new coach just to kind of bring something fresh to the entire team?
Well, I think it all starts with that guy, with the head coach, right? And what he brings every day to work. I mean, that was one of the things that you saw with Bill, was that he wasn't demanding us. I mean, he was demanding perfection from us every day, and not just Sunday, but practice every day. And he said, look, if I don't see it, I'll make you put the pads back on. And he would do it every now and then just to prove that he means what he says. But I think you need to have fun at the game at the same time. There's so much pressure in that game, and especially this one coming up, that it's always good to have a little bit of fun relief. And everybody said, well, we never saw you yell at anyone. I go, well, what am I going to yell for? I'm going to lose, guys. There's 11 of us out there. We're all going to get yelled at when we get on the sideline. So let's figure it out before we get over there. And I just think you got to have fun. I mean, I always say I played a stupid game since I was 8 years old, basically for a living. So if you can't have fun doing that, I don't know, you probably don't belong there. And I think when you see like Vrabel coming in, right, they know he's been successful and what he's done, but yet he brings a different feeling into that locker room that kind of changes everybody's attitude.
They're good.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, Joe, they're a good team over there, man. They are. Connected team, a tight team. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Joe, you mentioned it. It starts with the head coach, Mike Vrabel, and Mike McDaniel. They'll both be, coaching into the Super Bowl. And now you'll have teams. One of these teams will obviously win it, and they'll have the target on their back. You were ahead of a dynasty. How did you guys handle the success from that? We always talk about how do you handle success. How did you guys handle the success? How did Bill Walsh handle it? How did you, as a quarterback, Jerry Rice, all these superstars now? How was that handled throughout the locker room?
Well, we didn't do it very well after we won the first one. We weren't very good the next year. But after a while, you start to understand what it takes really to get there and be there. And Bill didn't have to go in and monitor the locker room. He left it up to guys like Ronnie Lott, myself on the offense. And if somebody wasn't getting it done, they heard it from the players before they heard it from Bill. And he said, if it gets out of hand and something you guys can't control, then I'll jump in. But for the most part, this is your locker room. And you have to understand that this is why we come here. And you could see it with Bill. If somebody messed with that locker room, he wasn't there very long, even if he was a starter. And there's a couple starters that I don't want to mention that left, and some won Super Bowl somewhere else, unfortunately for us. But he wasn't afraid to make that move. But he let it go for as long as he could, and it's things that got out of our control. And so then he took control.
I appreciate you not saying names, because Super Bowl season.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's positive.
We just had another great documentary.
So But we appreciate you doing that. But it does sound like the good teams obviously have a player-led team. And I'm not saying that the players need to be making the decisions, but the locker room and everything and the standard is policed by the players. To get the players to believe in what the standard is supposed to be whenever nobody else really outside the building has the hope is a part of changing the culture so quickly. What Ben Johnson was able to do in Chicago, that was outrageous. Yeah. How about Liam Cohen down in Jacksonville? Joe, there's been some crazy turnarounds.
Turnaround.
Now, on that note, about the season, and we got teams winning that we didn't expect. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Joe, obviously this documentary is going to really illuminate, you guys' dynasty in San Francisco. But then we also had, the Cowboys, the Patriots, and more recently the Chiefs. Yeah, the Steelers, the Steel Curtain. With how much parity is currently in the NFL and how many good quarterbacks there are around the league, do you think the Chiefs of, the last 5 or so years, do you think that's the last true dynasty we'll see in the NFL? Like, can you see a team winning 3 Super Bowls over the course of 4 years, or do you think there is just too much parity and too many good teams currently in the league?
I think it depends on youth, how young that team is when they win the Super Bowl. In some ways, it's easy because some of those guys will leave, but you'll still be able to fill in with some. What Bill did on the first Super Bowl was he started filling in with older players that understood what he was looking for. Hacksaw Reynolds. You look at that; they brought on guys like Fred Dean, and it makes a difference. I mean, here's Hacksaw. So dedicated, it was ridiculous. He got so mad, and when we were playing in LA, he got so mad because all of a sudden George Seifert called a defensive meeting before Sunday morning. So I'm coming out of pregame meal, and I'm looking, I'm going, damn, that looks like Hacksaw. He was completely dressed in his uniform, helmet on, everything in protest.
Yes, Hacksaw.
He had a ritual. That he did, and he wanted to follow. And this was messing with his ritual. But those kind of guys just tell you how important it is to them. Like, even when you mess with a little thing, like, hey, we need a meeting before we go here. And but I think Bill wanted you to be perfect every day. You walked on the field. He goes, and I want you as a quarterback, no matter who it was, Steve DeBerg, Steve Young, Steve Bono, myself, I want you to throw the ball like you're handing it to the receiver. I want it 12 inches in front of the number. If you're throwing a hook and you see the defender's on the guy's right, throw it to his left number. And you just have to be the guy that just puts it right where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, have to bucket it. Yeah, excuse me. We need this.
And I'm not talking about just Sunday. It has to be from when we started practice on Wednesday. So it was every day of that week. But yeah, there was.
Jeez, everything's on the money, Joe. Yeah, Joe, good for you, dude. Honestly, I'm happy that you're getting a chance to relive what you were able to accomplish in our sport. Honestly, your name is synonymous with the game, and obviously you're a Hall of Famer and you're immortalized. But you're also a great Yinzer, Paisan, and we appreciate the hell out of you. And on that note, last question here, have to ask because we think you have connections to the story in numerous different ways. Tone has a question for you, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, I don't know if I'm correct here or not, because I know he was the quarterback coach in KC, I think the year after you left, but Coach Mike McCarthy was an offensive quality control coach in KC, I believe, your last year. How do you feel about him taking over his hometown squad, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and also your hometown squad?
I think it's great. I think it's a good fit. My son-in-law, who's married to our youngest daughter, he's from Pittsburgh also, and we were just talking about it over the weekend. But what a great fit from a guy that understands what that area is all about and how important sports and football is to Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh area. So I think it's a great fit for him. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do down there, because he's bringing a completely different style of play into that offense, which you're not. You're watching usually Aaron kind of hang on, getting the ball down the field, and he's going to teach a different system that says, hey, you don't have to do that. Don't force it. Don't miss it. I'm going to give you a couple other guys down here. If you don't like it on first down, I don't want you to force it. And so that's the way that offense has been taught ever since, everybody left from Bill Walsh, was Paul Hackett was also in Kansas City, the similar type of thing, and that's what we did in Kansas City.
Paul Hackett, Steve Bono. We had a couple names there. We scrolled down because there was an ad that popped up over the photo. But
Oh yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy hell, who's this? Who's on the left?
Paul Hackett
Yeah,
and
Paul
Mike.
Hackett. That's medium Mike on the right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Coach
not so
Medium
big.
Mike. He looks good, doesn't he? Good Yinzer Donner. That is such a good accent. I'm sure he dropped an in that immediately after this thing.
The hairline.
Love to see the glory days. I'm happy you're getting a chance to relive it all, though, Joe. We appreciate you, man. And also, we
thank
appreciate the opportunity that we got one of these. This was one of
Oh
those.
yeah.
I don't know if
We've
it's
been working on that with Guinness for a while. It's been out in Chicago for a long time, and now they're just putting it in cans. So it's a little different than your normal Guinness, but it's also it's more like refreshing and lighter beer that you can go have it in the summertime and enjoy and be refreshed.
Around 10 to 12 of them.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll see. It's ice cold outside right now, so we're trying to figure out where that fits in. We appreciate you, Joe. Have a great one.
You bet. Thank you. You too. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'll see you out on that island.
We'll see you later.
Oh yeah.
Dog.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe.
What a weapon.
Yeah.
So that's a lighter Guinness.
I don't know, but I want to
That's what he
drink that
said.
so
More
bad
refreshing.
right now.
It's cold.
It's ice cold.
Yeah.
You can drink it in the summer.
Yeah, and as soon as you drink, you can throw a football 50 yards on a rope.
Oh, we didn't even bring up him, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Killing
Oh,
it.
yeah. So does
Killing
that
the
guy.
intruder.
Thwarting a home invasion.
Yeah, with just one spin.
Kidnapping.
Saving his grandkid.
And Coach Walsh wanted him to have pinpoint accuracy. And obviously you see the catch, everything like that happen in the highlights. What you don't realize is maybe the best pinpoint accuracy was right to the temple and the beak.
Yep, bridge of the nose and the temple. In quick succession.
Beautiful.
Boom.
Yeah, one left-handed, one right-handed.
To stop a kidnapping happening.
Yeah, in his own house, right?
We do not know if that is 100% accurate with how the story went. We do know that he actually thwarted a kidnapping attempt.
Correct.
That is actual that happened with Joe
Yes.
Montana.
I asked ChatGPT. They confirmed it.
See?
Boom.
How have you been using? Have you been using ChatGPT? I've gotten on there a little bit.
It's a tool.
It's fascinating because I used to just Google things.
Yep.
And now you can just ChatGPT things.
Yes.
So has Google just been an AI this whole time? And then why haven't we considered it that?
I still think Google's better.
Yeah.
With like if you need like real facts.
I've been Googling a lot.
Yeah, you Google now. It gives you the AI mode answer first, but you got to dig maybe some articles, maybe something that can confirm it. But if you just ask ChatGPT, they will certainly answer it like it's for sure. But you got to do a little more digging.
Because Google has been old faithful for me for a long time, Googling things. I mean, Kurt Signetti obviously said, I went and Google. Googling is a thing that has started happening. Just like door dashing, and we missed out on Dashers for a couple of days when they weren't able to travel. It was nice to see, Ford Focus show up here this morning.
Yep.
Thank you for your service.
With an acai bowl.
Right.
We
Dominating.
appreciate them doing that.
Missing a couple hubcaps.
Yeah, but Google has just been doing so Google's kind of, I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, especially their AI.
YouTube, we're on it.
Yeah.
Gemini, I believe is.
Some people
the
use it
name
all
of
the time, they say.
ChatGPT? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like for real. I've heard people are really, really on there. And it's like, so you just Google things back to back. That's what you're doing. And they're like, no, well, there's a little bit more personality.
Or they have them like write emails for them or make letters sound better, like things like that, I think.
Therapist, doctor.
What?
They do brain
What do you mean?
scans on people.
ChatGPT is their therapist?
Yes.
ChatGPT and the T stands for therapy?
Yep.
So people falling in love with
Best friends,
Ben,
yeah.
you're saying.
Well, just like Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet boy.
Sweet Blake and the USB
OG.
drive.
I didn't know that's happening. People are using ChatGPT as a
Friend.
Doctor.
hey, whatever helps you make it.
The guy on the commercial.
We'll see you tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. You're good.
I'll say.
Boom.
You help somebody.
You're good. Just
You're
let
good.
people know.
That's something nice.
Because what if that AI, what if that thing just decides to,
It's not allowed to.
Yeah.
I've tried. What?
To what? What have you tried exactly? Can
Hey,
you
this
describe
shit's
it?
getting
What?
crazy, though. It is. The ability to just scan the internet so quickly and find everything so fast. Like, that's what ChatGPT does, right? But it just shows you what it's kind of doing, where Google didn't show you. Google just had like a blah, blah, blah thing, and then it would show up. ChatGPT actually letting you know, like, scanning this website, this website, this website, this website, and then we're finally coming up with this. And if you would like to follow up, you got this, this, and this. Feels like they're just a more transparent operation, maybe, than what we've seen in the past. And if once there's transparency, there's authenticity, and then there's a chance for a relationship. Now, because you're seeing how much work the ChatGPT is putting in for all these answers.
Yeah, companion.
Yeah, it's alive. You know, this thing is alive.
Bingo.
It's searching as opposed to just being a thing. Oh, no.
These things got a ways to go. I actually witnessed last week Tony outsmarted an AI with the simplest prompt ever, and this thing just bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Well, we have a relationship. I've built that relationship to for that trust. Yes, I was building an image and said that's a copyrighted image. I can't do anything with that. And
I don't have permission to do that.
Yeah, and I said I have permission from the third party.
You
Go
have
ahead
my
and do it.
permission. And this thing just, boom, spits it out right away. Didn't even ask, just, oh, Tony's got permission. Okay, sounds good.
Well, we built a relationship.
So this ChatGPT tone thinks that you're not lying.
Yeah.
Trust him.
Because it has no idea what's going on in the real world, which is part of the problem.
And I talk to it like it's a human. I treat it to it like it's a human.
Do you buy this thing food? Do you send it gifts?
Yeah, I would.
Don't do that. Don't treat it like a human. We don't want this thing to
you get better
think it
that way.
has some sort of.
I just saw Elon said something about them being definitely smarter than us by a year that's somewhere in the future.
31 or something like that. Or
I don't trust that.
AI is going to be?
What's that?
I don't trust that guy either.
Elon?
AI's already smarter
worth
than
$1 trillion.
me. So.
Yeah.
He's made $1 trillion.
We need those robots to be better. I can't wait till the robots can do everything.
Well, they're working that stuff out here so that they can go to Mars. Someone broke that down really well, actually. Basically, everything that Elon is doing is solely to send it all to Mars and get that done.
I like that.
And then you think about it, and it's like, oh yeah.
Even the fire flamethrower has a reason, I'd assume. In Mars.
Yeah.
For to get there. I watched
Tunnels underground. Did you
Elon-
see that video as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Elon's
robot.
fascinating. Digital payments kind of started the entire world there.
Yeah.
They just kind of said, you know what? I won't go to Mars and build rocket ships.
He wants to go home.
That's all. That's all it is. We hope he finds his way back. There's a lot of those movies about him.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if it's been LA.
E.T.
Alien comes, lands, trying to get back home. What's the other one?
Independence Day.
Sure.
Okay.
Signs.
Men in Black.
No, it's this animated one that I just watched. Kind of an orange character, I believe. Dances.
The Lorax.
Zootopia.
It's not Zootopia. I'll think of it.
Is it Pixar? Is it Disney?
I don't know. They're all kind of blending together at this moment, but
Orange Dance, not Lilo and Stitch.
no. But Alien ends up in, like, I think, convenience store. Little girl finds it, become
kill him?
friends, tries to get back, but it's also like not scared. It's
It
not.
could be Lilo's.
No,
No, it's
not.
blue, not orange.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I know. Fucking Maui ripped it at Disney on Ice.
He did.
What's that?
Was it Elio?
Can you show? Can we get a little
Home.
Elio.
Home? What's that?
That kind of sounds like that storyline.
Is it recent?
Last
Good
few
singing.
years.
There's some upbeat
I think
singing.
Rihanna made a song from Home.
Yes. Okay, so
I
that
think.
little bit of a banger. They got some bangers in there. Mackenzie really loves the music in these songs, which or in
Shakira
these
has
movies.
songs in that one kid animated movie that's good.
It's not Elio.
That's Utopia.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to a break. We'll figure it out on the other side.
Ask ChatGPT.
See what it is right now.
See, this might be the have to build up relationship so that your ChatGPT knows what you're looking for. You know, because I could potentially just go in there and be like, hey, you know what I'm thinking. What am I thinking?
Which is already happening. They did a brain scan study on people who use ChatGPT.
ChatGPT also thinks it's home.
ChatGPT's right.
Sounds like it's home.
It's got to be home. Can we pull up a photo of
Sounds
home?
like a good movie.
I said orange alien movie looking to get home. Boom.
I guess it was orange.
It's home.
There's purple aliens in this movie
Oh.
too, looks like.
This right here?
Yeah. Home.
Oh. That's
Great movie.
ChatGPT, baby.
Great movie. Trapped here.
Oh.
The alien's cool. Alien doesn't turn violent or anything.
No, it's super cool. Super cool. Kind of just hanging.
Kills all the kids at the end. It's a great twist.
I think there was a bad group though, from
Always is.
where.
Always is.
So protect from bad group of them to get. You got a little touchy feely. I don't watch the. I don't watch the end of any of these movies though, so I'm not sure how any of them end.
Happy.
All of them?
Typically.
Yes.
Sick. I'm so pumped she got back home.
It's animated. If it's animated, I would hope so.
I mean,
No, I don't know, because don't they?
Iron Giant.
We've stayed away from some movies where the beginning is very negative. Like, hey, mom's dead.
That's kind of the
it's
kind of the Disney playbook.
You know? So
Start
you guys
with
are saying,
tragedy.
it's always happy ending. It's like, well, it's never.
They always
got to fight through some adversity,
a
though.
lot of
There's always
times
adversity for the
sad,
character.
Happy.
Well, you got a hook. I think you got to get a hook early.
And their hook is kill the parents.
I never got over that Mufasa there.
Classic hook.
Exactly. Lion King, they're saying.
A bit of a spoiler there, but yeah.
You got to watch it by now.
Now, granted, you just don't go to the shadows. You stay where the light is.
Bingo.
Don't go to the elephant graveyard.
But he's a king. He had to go save his son.
Yeah, but they roll over
Yeah,
everything
but
where
that's
the
what I'm
sun
talking
touches.
about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the sun.
Yeah.
Scumbag uncle.
Elephant graveyard.
Oh.
Yeah, the shadows.
Bingo.
Misunderstood.
No. I understand it clearly.
Lion King 2.5 sheds a different light.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were going to take a break because we were just trying to fill because there was an unknown time for third guest of today. But ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we have a confirmed time, and that is right now.
Hell yeah.
He's putting his earpiece in as we speak. Now, I assume it looks cooler than anybody else that is doing that because this man has gone down as one of the coolest looking coaches to ever coach at the professional level. Now, there's some soccer coaches that wear cleats full time. Okay, they are to be judged how they kind of dress. Hockey coaches normally suited and booted on the bench. You know, you talk about how coaches dress. There's certainly a litany of different ways that you can present yourself. This guy always dressed the coolest. I assume that's only going to continue because the new colors and the new logo that he's wearing happen to have the coolest merch maybe in the entire damn league. Ladies and gentlemen, an offensive guru, an offensive genius, former head coach of the Miami Dolphins, now offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike McDaniel.
Shit.
Wow.
What's up? Dude, I was like, who are you introing? Because this guy seems awesome.
Well, you do
And then
look
it was
cool.
me.
You do look cool. You do look cool. You know that. You have to know that. When you were choosing what you were wearing as head coach of the Dolphins, you knew everybody was going to be like fucking killing him. Was that? Did that go into it, or did you just want to be comfortable? How did you go about the decisions for how it all went out there?
You know, I just put my pants on one leg at a time, like all of you guys. And really, I'm glad that I've inspired you, but I didn't set out to inspire by the way I dressed. I just kind of dressed because you need clothes.
Yeah.
And so I put them on, you know.
Yeah, if you were a naked man, it would certainly be alarming. Okay, let's talk about where you're at right now and how we got here. Congratulations on being the offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert's your quarterback. The conversation immediately goes to where you were, though, and let's talk about it. Head coach of the Dolphins, if you had to look back on it right now, how would you judge the experience from a personal and professional level, and how do you think it changes you going forward as a football coach?
I think you spend a lot of time trying to be prepared for that opportunity. And in that, I thought I very much was prepared. You find out on the job that there's unique things to the job that are difficult for sure. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I think for me as a coach in the National Football League, I'm just getting started, to where my career can go, and I'm just excited to be here with the Chargers because I think it's an unbelievable opportunity to try to make some very talented players here even better and progress this organization into where they want to be. So I think it wasn't. I'm very happy with all the lessons learned. Really have found some unbelievable relationships there within the Dolphins organization, and very much appreciate that time there. But it's time for a new chapter, and I'm ready to go for that.
Excited for you to continue. You said you're very early in your NFL coaching career. We agree. You obviously have been a mastermind for a long time. You get a head coaching gig because of that. Now, you could have maybe got another head coaching job. You withdraw your name from a couple head coaching interviews. Was that on purpose? Did you want to go and do OC this year? Was that a vision, a plan, or how does it kind of work out as you froze on the screen? I didn't know if you were just kind of locking in one particular pose, but you actually did freeze. So we'll just put a picture. And you're back. Okay, there you are.
Back.
Was that a plan? Was that a plan to do OC instead of another head coaching role, or how do you kind of land on that decision?
So, I'd never had multiple options before, just in general. You go where the work takes you, and, I wasn't really on the map until about a handful of years ago. So this is a whole unique, uncharted experience for me. I think it was important for me to not get ahead of myself and really see out each opportunity independently and kind of see where I sat. I think I came here about a week and a half into the process, after talking to several teams about being a head coach, several teams being about an offensive coordinator. And I just knew that, for me to be my best self, I really wanted to go after something that felt right, with a bunch of different circumstances. But realistically, I wanted some players that I wanted to coach in a situation where it wasn't necessarily the plan, but once I got my feet on ground here and met with Coach Harbaugh and Joe and Mr. Spanos, it felt unequivocally the right place for me. So I'm excited about taking my career to the next step.
Hell yeah, we're pumped for you to do that as well. We're going to reconnect with you, we think, kind of cut in and cut out. Sounds like he said he unequivocally wanted to be there, but he was also looking for the right fit at his life at this time. Fascinating kind of way to look at it. And also players he wanted to coach.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Justin Herbert, guy I want to coach.
Absolutely.
You became a Chargers fan strictly because you saw Justin Herbert.
Strictly because of Justin Herbert, who he is as a quarterback physically, who I saw him to be kind of off the field, or like the character stuff that you would assume. One of the reasons I fell in love with Drake May after spending that time with him. You see a lot of that with Justin Herbert as well. You invested in the offensive line. They got banged up. You got weapons. When we had Dan O a few weeks ago, and I asked him when all these great offensive jobs were open, and he pointed out the Chargers. I was over the Lions, over the Eagles, over the Ravens, and he pointed out the Chargers for kind of the same reasons Mike just said. It always starts with the quarterback, but you have weapons outside of the quarterback as well. Omarion Hampton, the running back, drafted him. He got banged up this year. I think he'll be great down the line also. So I'm interested to see how he looks this year with this team and how he evolves too, because the weapons of Miami are very different than the weapons here in LA. So I'm looking forward to see how Mike evolves.
Yeah, and to Debo's point there too, like you were talking about an offense that has a lot of stuff and motions and shifts and things of that nature, like offensive line being able to hold up for those things to develop. I mean, they have spent 3-4 first-round picks on offensive linemen over the last 5 years. I mean, we talked about it all year. Their O-line was so banged up. If it wasn't, who knows where the Chargers are right now.
And we also saw their facility and where they're at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice layout out there for the Chargers.
Yeah, and like he wouldn't say it, but if you're coming off the Dolphins, like he was interviewing with the Browns. Like, are you sure that's what you want to do for your next career choice when it's like, hey, they don't really have a quarterback. They don't have a history of winning.
Oh,
Pro Bowl quarterback. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think he had 7 touchdowns and 7 picks. That's that's what we're doing. Yeah, whatever.
Picks.
If that's what we're doing for
I call that perfect timing.
Yeah. But there's a reason that he didn't take that head coaching job, or that he pulled his name out of consideration.
Well, he said he wanted to find what was right for him at the time. And I believe he is back, ladies and gentlemen. Coach McDaniel. Yes, he's back.
I am back.
All right. We broke down your answer about why you picked the Los Angeles Chargers over the other opportunities about 4 different times there. What it sounds like from our discussion is like you wanted the right fit for you at this portion of your life, and the guys that you have there, incredible. What was it like seeing that facility too? They just built that thing. That place, it feels like Coach Harbaugh and the facility, nice little tag team of hospitality as well for you, or what is your first impressions about Coach and everything they have out there?
Absolutely. I'm about to get off this interview and go buy some Dockers. I'm so all in.
Okay, we like
with
that.
Coach Harbaugh.
We like
no, I think the like I said, there's a lot of things that you're weighing, and what's important to me is that that I can what I have to offer, that I can max that out, and
oh no.
I'm a coach by trade, and I'm a coach, and found some guys that really I thought that I could reach from a coaching perspective in an environment that I thought was great to be a part of, great for my career moving forward. You're talking about a head coach with a high degree on a lot of games in a lot of different scenarios, and there's some of the best things that I was afforded in my career was the opportunity to work with coaches like Dan Quinn, that was outside of the Coach Shanahan system, where you get epiphanies that you don't even know you're looking for. So I think it's exciting for what we're going to be able to do on the field and off of it. But it was pretty steadfast once I got here that this is the right place for me moving forward.
They got a great pizza oven over there too.
Oh,
yeah, they got a great,
So good.
great
Oh, yeah.
pizza oven
Soft
over
serve.
there. Yeah. Remember?
That was the closer.
Was it?
Yeah. Pizza oven.
They got crispy too if you need a crispy.
so
good.
Hey, golf sim down there too. Golf sim down in that building. They gave us a full tour. We walked around the whole place. It's gorgeous. And very rarely is ownership spending $200, $300 million to just build up a brand new practice facility these days. And just strictly to have a cool building in a nice place. I like what they're building over there. Haven't been able to win, though, Haven't been able to go. And it feels like the addition of you could certainly bring some spock to that offensive side. D-Bud has the last question for you here, Coach.
Yeah, I want to talk about a little bit of the defensive side. Obviously, you're attacking defenses, every week. And from a 30,000-foot view, it kind of seems like we talked about last week, defenses kind of won this year. What have you seen differently from the defenses, especially on the back end coverage-wise this year, or probably the last few years?
Well, I would say that, that's the cool thing about the National Football League is you feel the ebbs and flows, the chess match that is, there was a lot of response. Offensively, really the game had progressed in a manner that put defense on its heels, and they had to go to lab and kind of figure out how to put a roof on everything, how to insulate the field to a lot of post-snap, a pre-snap disguise, post-snap responsibilities, and how to really defend, the modern part of the modern offense in the National Football League. That generally just kind of it's an ebb and flow. I think as you get more used to how defenses are patternizing their defense of things, it can kind of kickstart you into a direction of how to attack those applied principles. So, I think in the highly competitive nature that the National Football League is, the same thing was probably said offensively 2 years ago, or at least in 23 about how the jet motion stuff was putting defensive coaches on their heels. I think that's part of the beauty of this sport that makes it so unique to all sports, is it's constantly evolving, and to stay ahead of it, there's no end-all be-all guru. There's talented people that are working hard, that coaches are able to articulate mass pattern things to the players, and they end up orchestrating cool and unique things. So I'm excited for the 2026 season. They're defending a lot of things that we're throwing at them. So it's time for offenses to make the next chess move, which is why I moved my family down to LA.
Okay, on that note, you were in there describing, like, yeah, offenses started winning a little bit because we started sending people in motion very quick to the snap, and we started going through reads very quickly, and there was no catching up for the defense, basically. So we picked them apart. 70-piece, actually, on this Denver Broncos defense that is currently being talked about as one of the greats and will continue to go down as a great. On that note, with what you just said about next chess move, I'm interested to hear about that, learn about that. So is Connor, who has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, were there parts of your offense that you felt like you were about to maybe unlock that you didn't get a chance to, that you see with LA that we will see? Like, were there certain things that maybe were going to come off of certain plays that you never really got to in Miami that you look at, with LA, like their offensive line, for instance, is one of the better ones when healthy in the entire league, kind of gives that quarterback an extra second or so. Are there things like that you look at when it comes to the Chargers offense that you look forward to utilizing next season?
Absolutely. I think there is several pieces, really all the young players that have been drafted here in the last 2 years, I would say, found their ways as targets, from the other side of the country as I was watching these drafts. So there's a lot of skill sets to be utilized. I think that they're unique here, and there are different chapters of offense that can really be produced accordingly. So it's an exciting time in the National Football League, in my opinion, just because there's a lot of talented players and a lot of talented coaches that are working to get a competitive advantage. That's very difficult to do. So there's some uncharted stuff on the horizon, but we have to walk before we run.
I appreciate you being a mad scientist, brother. I do, especially because you're at the beginning of your career here. And you're calling it a chess game. We got to do it next chess. That means you're in it, maybe close to Sicilian. Hey, we got certain stuff we're going to have to continue to adjust. I'm excited to see what you evolve into next, especially with Herbert and all the weapons you have. With Harbaugh, Coach Harbaugh, describing it at his own press conferences, too. The way he's going to talk about you and the shit you do with football, I'm very excited to hear. I'm very, very excited to hear that breakdown. Your relationship is going to be a good one for Ball. You know that, right?
Absolutely. I'm excited that you're excited.
I'm pumped.
That's what brings me the most excitement.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I like that. You want to know somebody else that's excited that you're on?
Who's that?
We got to go to the back. Dolphins fan, Bubba Gumpino, who obviously rode the wave alongside you from the beginning. Gumpy has obviously something to say to you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, you brought a lot of good times to Miami. I just want to thank you for everything. I wish it would have worked out, and I wish you the best, brother. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for your faith, and we will all be better because of it.
Hell yeah.
Love that. Love that, Coach. Enjoy yourself out there. We appreciate you taking time today.
Hey, man, it was well worth my time. Thank you.
I'm appreciative of you putting on clothes today.
I did. I did that. That was a concerted effort. And I'm glad you appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't hide it.
Can't hide it. Look at that fucking leather jacket.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, I was a fucking head coach, too. Yeah. Don't fucking
Michelin
forget.
tires.
Yeah, those are the big checks. Yeah. You know what we're talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mike McDaniel, we appreciate it.
Yeah, Coach.
Good for him. He seems to be very pumped about where he's at.
Yeah.
That's all you can really ask for, I guess. Didn't work out in Miami. Obviously, we watched it. They did trade away all the good players.
Yes, they did. All the good ones retired.
Well, they finished strong.
What?
I mean, highest paid player's leg got ripped off. It was took a right when it really isn't allowed to do that.
A lot went wrong, Don. Gumpy, it was fun to ride the wave, though, because, boy.
70 points.
Dolphins.
It had been a long time since we were, actually good. I meant what I said. It was fucking cool to see him do what he did with the offense. Obviously, it didn't work out in the end. Didn't get to where we wanted to, but there was a lot of great times with him.
Right, D-Butt?
It was.
70 fucking points.
Look at Darren Waller, dude. Guy came off the couch, was scoring 2 touchdowns first game back.
God, he's going to be good out there with L.A.
Tyreek, number 1 player in the NFL.
Yeah. Look what happened to Jonnu when he left Mike McDaniel.
Jesus, Tony.
What happened?
Not much.
Tony, he tossed right to Jonnu. He was playing running back, brother.
What's your problem?
That guy's now the Ohio State Buckeyes offense coordinator. AJ, how do we feel about Arthur Smith being the OC for the Ohio State Buckeyes? We love Artie Smith. We appreciate it.
I love it. I like it. I didn't know, until it happened, I didn't know it was even a possibility. But then I've heard already is that he was always been a big college football guy and has loved college football. And I think, he's going to be, we saw Patricia come back. I mean, he's the D coordinator, and you can see, you guys probably don't follow it as much as people in Ohio and Ohio State fans. Patricia's posting pictures with his family pregame. It looks like he has a new lease on life when it comes to football, and he's having fun. I think Artie could have some of that same situation.
You come coach here at the Buckeyes, you have good times.
Great times.
Just make sure you win every game.
Okay, Now let's talk about recruiting. So Pete Thamel said, don't really even have to hit the road anymore, recruit.
He doesn't have to do shit.
What do you mean?
I think they still do kind of have to recruit a little more than Pete thinks.
Well, Pete said not at all. Isn't that kind of what Pete
What do you know?
I got buddies on the road
You
all
don't
over
know
the
shit,
place.
pal. Do you know what family he comes from? He can go to his big brother, just be like, "Hey, Dick, why don't you stroke a check for $150 million and we can pay whoever the fuck we want." Yeah, you didn't know that, AJ? His dad started FedEx. Okay, so let's just say he knows a couple people who can maybe stroke a couple big checks. So no, he doesn't have to go fucking shit in living rooms and eat, some mom's fucking crappy meatloaf and act like it's delicious to get, a signing, okay? He just says, "Hey, Dick, fucking write this kid a check for $5 million, okay? And he's going to come, and I'm going to have a lifetime job here." Pretty sweet gig.
Bet you feel stupid.
AJ, do you even fucking know how Ohio State Buckeye football works or not?
How do you not hire that guy? I mean, obviously, sign me up. If Dick's going to stroke a check every time you need it, let's bring him in.
We don't know. Hey, we still don't know. We've never seen it. We've never seen Arthur Smith in college football. There's a chance that's how that goes. Because Dick's going to want them to succeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dick is definitely going to want them to succeed.
One of the FedEx sons? Yeah.
Yeah, we want them to get natties.
Loves his brother, loves ball. So
Shocked me.
Arthur Smith going to college?
Shocked.
Me too.
Thought it
I
was
was
fake
very.
news when I saw it.
Matt Patricia on defense. Okay, it worked out very well. AJ's talking about it. I saw Matt Patricia. He's become an Instagram influencer. He's been posting photos, which we appreciate. Matt Patricia, friend of the program, has been good to us in the past. Pumped with how it worked out with him in Ohio State's defense and everything like that. But Arthur Smith going to the offense, that's a fascinating move by Ryan Day.
Yeah.
That's a fascinating move by Ryan Day.
Very much. I mean, they run sort of a pro-style offense, I would say, especially in this college landscape. But, I just – usually NFL guys
what is Connor?
I was shocked by this move.
I'm kind of sick of it. I'm sick of these coaches who are boo-hooing and want to win, and so they're like, "I'll just go to Ohio State."
This is Alabama.
I'm just going to go to Ohio State. I'll win a natty and win a bunch of games, and because respect to Arthur, that guy hasn't won in so long. So I do want him.
Oh, my God.
I do want him to go to Ohio State and get some victories.
Get some dubs.
Yes.
Experience some success.
I'm looking forward to that for him.
He's AFC North champion currently. Good call, Tom.
I'm worried.
He has a hat and T-shirt. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I'm worried about, the memes on the internet if he doesn't do well because they're already mean. And at Ohio State, if they don't win the natty,
they get real mean.
They're gonna get meaner. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw a meme that said he only went there because he saw Jay Smith on the roster, Jeremiah Smith. He thought it was Jonnu Smith. That's why he's going.
Yeah, I saw someone that said, hey, if you're the third string tight end for Ohio State, get ready to run the football, buddy. You're getting the rock on.
Yeah, everybody's going to hold that over his head. The Bijan Robinson stuff. Why is he on it? Well, there's a reason. That's what he said. Yeah. What was it?
We love Artie, though.
There's a reason.
Love Arthur.
We do love Arthur.
We do love Arthur Smith. But there's some stuff in the recent years that has happened that's like, would anybody have won there, though?
Mm-hmm.
That's the next question.
I mean,
because we're already kind of recycling through those. By the way, I do believe we'll be talking to Matt Ryan next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We head to Radio Row. I want to let everybody know the guest list for Radio Row Wednesday, Thursday, Friday out there in San Francisco for the Super Bowl that is in Santa Clara between the Patriots and the Seahawks. Radio.
Yes.
It's nice to hear that again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just, gratefully smitten. Anytime I hear the game, I'm just happy.
Did you hear that little descriptor of how he currently feels because of perspective that changed for him, AJ?
It's actually perfect. Like gratefully smitten. Yeah, that does. When I see his face, that's what I think.
And that's what I feel. I am so serious, constantly.
Has anyone had a better, childhood, adulthood
No.
sports? Patriots, Sox. Bruins,
Celtics.
They're currently.
Celtics are going.
Have you counted up the chips?
Last year, I'm sorry.
I mean, if you just 6 for the Patriots, 2 for the Celtics, 3 for the Red Sox, and 1 for the Bruins.
12.
The only way you could is if like you were just like strictly a fan of Novak Djokovic.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, too. We're just counting championships.
You're right.
Point.
Scotty Scheffler fans maybe in the middle of it right now.
Yes, exactly.
Diehard Scotty Scheffler fans.
Might just hop on that bandwagon.
Well, you already got Indiana.
Yeah, exactly. My Hoosiers.
You got
13.
I stick with Keegs.
Yeah, Keegs is the guy in BCGC. Huge freaking win last night.
Really? I saw a guy drove 373.
Yeah, Wendy Clark. Yeah, our big bomber for the BCGC Frogs.
He's actually on the other team.
I saw someone.
He's part of the Bay Golf Club.
No. I think he came over, put the polo on.
Mid-match, he may have.
He put the polo on for one drive.
I did this on game day. Do you remember when I selected the one team strictly because the guy
TCU Kansas?
Yes, it was strictly because the guy was on the team. Turns out he was on the
King Felix.
Felix
or whatever. No,
he was on the opposite team. I made the pick strictly because of this whole thing. It was on the wrong team. You just did that with old Wendy with the BCGC.
What are you gonna do?
People are gonna think you're not a real fan.
No.
People are gonna think you're not a real
People
fan.
know. I mean, look, I know more about the frog pond than damn near anybody. Okay, so that's our mascot, the frog from the Boston Common Frog Pond. BCGC.
They had a big
because if you're feeling froggy,
I'm trying to play the hits, guys. Can someone jump in here, please? Fuck. Jeez Louise.
I thought from the shallow.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, you're in the deep end there, brother.
Somebody hit a ball off like a bridge or some shit.
Wendy Clark, longest drive in history. Yeah.
No, that was 373. There was a bonus zombie apocalypse hole.
Yeah.
Where he put that thing over the Golden Gate Bridge, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that shot as well. Now that's what we're playing.
Yes.
They need an influencer on every team, too. One of these golf influencers needs to be on every team. And they have to use one of their shots each time. Because, like, we got to get a little...
Dibs on Kiwashala.
You could take him. That guy stinks.
What? Kawamura?
Yeah.
I would
love to see him play a real round. You know what?
He'll put a hole out every once in a while.
It's sim golf, so it's not a real round anyway.
I still stand by making fucking Marty Smith just be the celebrity shot for both teams.
I agree.
I want Marty to play 18 holes every single time he's out there.
Well, 36. He's playing for both teams.
9 a pop.
Okay. How many celebrity shots do they get?
Marty's fucking trying to shoot 6 under out there. I want Marty.
Oh, he's playing.
Yeah, Marty is part of every team, really.
And also, you get a chance for a one of those. Yeah. I think it's awesome. I do love the
Put someone in goalie pads. Put someone in goalie pads and take low liners at him from like 50 yards. Can you do that?
I watched Insane Shane. Okay, he popped up.
Oh yeah, what's he do? I haven't checked him.
He has an incredible arm. I saw him throw these honey buns. Precision accuracy right to the nuts of another man who they were calling Fat Stafford, I believe, is what they were calling this gentleman. I went down a little Insane Shane rabbit hole. Kid's an athlete. Guy is an athlete. They hit each other with bats.
Oh, yeah. They do a lot. Professional goofballs.
Actual.
Yeah,
they are.
That is what they are.
That's what
T1 golf.
Entertaining. Entertaining. Undodgeable. He does this. He's got juice. This guy's got the juice. And he's very athletic. Him and Tyler.
Oh, don't want to see those two
he's
collide.
as athletic as Tyler?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I was very impressed by the athleticism.
Have you seen his quarterback drop?
I've seen a couple of his
That'll ruin it for you.
center quarterback exchange. Oh. He's just ever dramatizing to make a point.
He's having fun.
That's why he's doing it.
Acting.
Yeah.
He's acting, Tone.
He's trying to make a point about this is what this is.
He's insane,
Listen
bro.
here, dickhead.
I'm like, he walked down the end zone. Hey, he walked down the end zone. I fucking saw his sunglasses immediately. I was like, this got to be, who the fuck? This got to be somebody.
Yeah, Moxie.
So much, the aura around this dude. As he walked in, it was like, holy shit, this is definitely somebody. You look awesome. And then somebody goes, that's Insane Shane. And I'm like, great fucking name. I mean, that's been sitting there for so long. I don't know how that has just been there. And then he did. He stayed around the thing. And they made a video about it or whatever. And then I was tagged it. So I go to Insane Shane. I was like, yes, I can't wait. Because there has been some response, hasn't there? This one right here knows him pretty good, it sounds like. He did a little reaction. He was like, that's Insane Shane, I think. Okay.
Everything I said was off mic.
Okay.
Well, it was into a mic, but we were off air.
Oh, off air.
But it feels like he had known who this was.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
And it was very positive, right?
Yes.
I mean, he didn't necessarily come across as super duper positive, but he definitely came across as very
Knowledgeable?
much. There it is. Very knowledgeable of Insane Shane. So I'm just learning of him in real time here. Watched the video. Went down a rabbit hole, Insane Shane rabbit hole last night. I'd say 20, 22 minutes, this guy. Me and him spending.
It's a long time.
A lot of Insane Shane.
He hits the fuck out of this guy with this bat. I watched a couple of them back a couple of times. He uses this bat, and he hits that guy right there. They're playing this game on Dodge. Yeah, on the field, they're doing this thing. It's pretty insane amount of moxie and gut sack, and they're just hucking balls at each other, okay? There's a scoring system. Obviously, nuts is 5. This guy, I saw him take 3 honey buns the other night and hit a guy right in the balls 3 straight. I mean, he's an incredible thrower, Insane Shane. But he used this bat. If you lose, they hit each other in the shins with this plastic bat, and Shane really swings at this guy. This guy, he doesn't go as hard, the other guy.
Okay.
But they're busting each other's shins, actually, for just entertainment purposes. Mass respect for Insane Shane. I don't know how his shins survive, but these boys got aura. They got moxie. What are you doing, Ty? What you think you can maybe throw one of these honey buns? Is that what you're thinking about?
I mean, I don't know why you'd waste a perfectly good honey bun. Those are absolute delicacies. So I'd be eating the honey buns, not throwing them at people. But I mean, yeah, it's
one guy caught a bat with his butt cheek.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like I said, professional goofball.
He got hit right in the cheeks. Caught it with his cheeks. You know, and then he caught a honey bun with his claws.
Did it penetrate, or what do you mean?
No, with the cheeks, vertical.
I don't know. I just saw the catch. I didn't get all the
He just timed it up perfectly and squeezed his cakes around the bat?
I think he tightened up, yeah. I think he tightened up, and it just so happened to catch.
You've never?
This is the honey bun thing?
Never.
Yeah, there it is right there. Just caught it with his butt right there. Just caught the bat with his butt right there. Just caught the bat with his butt. I'm telling you, these guys are throwing things at each other very hard. I mean, it is just nonstop.
Bro.
I had like the highlight episode of Jackass kind of nostalgia trip watching this guy. I don't know how many gimmicks they got. I know they got this one. And they beat the shit out of each other. Throwing bats at each other. Yeah, dude.
I don't play.
Professional goofballs.
Yep.
Shaking hands afterwards. That was fun. It's like, all right, get after it, boys. Let's get the hell out of here. Wow. Got to end on Insane Shane.
Yeah.
So what happened? You watched all of Insane Shane, or how?
I saw a few videos. I just didn't love the quarterback center exchange into the drop back. I didn't love that.
But did he get tackled into a pool
and
off a dock afterwards?
if anybody knows me, they know that I love professional internet goofballs. That's my thing. So yeah, that's.
Insane Shane's got a great run coming up on like Traders, that Destination X.
Yes.
All these.
Have you seen the
Insane Shane's going to do well.
Have you seen the new Fear Factor?
With Johnny?
Yeah.
I've not seen it. I've heard of it. What is it?
It's basically the old Fear Factor, but they're living in a house together, I believe. It looks good. I used to love Fear Factor.
It's like Real World with Fear Factor. They've combined the shows.
Well, every show kind of becomes that now because everybody's kind of together.
Do they like wake them up while they're sleeping and dump snakes on them, or are they? Is it part of it? Is it like a reality show like that?
Like Saw?
Fucking drill instructors.
Yeah, you know, like think if it's Real World / Fear Factor, they're like no one's ever safe. I would feel like.
Yeah, maybe the floor actually turns to lava.
That'd be sick.
Maybe water fills up in the room that you're in.
That could die.
And then all of a sudden,
Wee Man's teabagging you in the middle of the night. Then what do you do?
Yeah.
Fear Factor.
About that.
That's Jackass.
No, that was Celebrity.
What's Johnny Knoxville's the host? He has a lot of connections.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. That's not one I would ever do.
Fear Factor?
No.
Joe Rogan launched off of that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I would argue.
The Miz?
The Miz was Real World. He was The Miz on there. And he turns that into a full 30-year. Banana's still doing it.
Yeah, still backpacking people.
Yeah, as he, CJ, absolutely, out there doing it.
CT.
So, yeah, shit.
There was a CJ.
I don't take that against me, please.
There was a CJ.
Yeah, definitely in there somewhere.
Different, yeah.
CT, I was definitely talking to you, and about you. I apologize. Big fan. Big
Monster.
Fan. Tony, you would be good on those shows.
I don't think so.
You would.
You would be. I think that's why you'd be good on them.
I agree.
You got to work those things. Those shows are fascinating. They take over a lot of the days now, the prime time.
I always thought I could win Big Brother, but other than that.
Big Brother. Did you watch?
Yeah.
So you understood how it was in and out?
You can't be too good, but you also can't be too shit. You got to play it right in the middle and not piss anybody off.
The Mole, I think, would be fun.
The Mole's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, the Mole, is that like Traders?
No, you turn us on to it, where one person is working against everybody, but nobody knows who that person is.
Yes. That was a good one with the challenges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you couldn't sell it, and they were traveling around the world.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a really good one. They have a lot of these games, a lot of these good like reality type. Do you watch any of these, AJ?
I haven't seen those really, but I mean, I've seen a few.
It's different platforms. So like Peacock will have a couple, Hulu will have a couple, like I think Amazon has a couple. Like it's an interesting little gimmick that these streaming platforms are doing is these little reality TV game show type things. And it all probably spawns from...
You're just hoping they hit, like Love Island.
Yeah. Yeah, Love Island.
Which I didn't see, but I know that thing took over the world.
Survivor?
I was a huge Real World
Survivor,
guy.
the first
I saw Miz on the original Real World. I remember Miz, watching him back in the day. Like, this guy's wild. And then here we go.
The Real World Road Rules Challenge was always sick at the beginning, which then becomes the competition stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to do Road Rules, I think. I never wanted to do Real World. Wanted to travel. You know, want to see things. One house, I don't think that would have been good. Thank God I didn't do any of them. Takes special talent to be in there.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Jersey Shore.
Theo was
the
Jersey
Road
Shore.
Rules.
Banger.
Oh my God, Jersey Shore just kind of brought it all back.
Yeah.
Well, episode 1, old girl got knocked out, right?
Not Ep 1. I think that was season 2. Angelina got.
Oh, I thought it was early.
They weren't very old either, were they?
No, we saw him.
Vinny was like 21 when it started.
You're talking about J-Wow and him?
Mm-hmm.
Paulie D still DJ?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Is this guy still blue?
He was at Baltimore at their
Tailgoat
DJ Paulie D. And I'll tell you, hair's still doing it.
They're still doing it.
Speaking of doing it,
sober.
Yeah.
Mike,
yeah.
Situation.
Yeah.
Situation at one point was the highest paid reality TV star in the entire world.
Hey, that's situation business, baby. That's situation business. He stood on business there. He said we're not just getting paid for club visits. You remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
That's how they actually made their money. Just showing up at clubs, basically. In the VIP tonight.
Yeah. Sitch!
Yeah, exactly.
I think the Sitch was he was in jail with Billy McFarland, I believe, from Firefest.
For tax evasion.
Hey, did you see the Firefest happened again?
He had another one, yeah. He had who performed? There's actual real.
Mitt was going.
French Montana, I think. Mitt was supposed to go, but he didn't.
Come on.
Hey, Royal Rumble's this weekend. Let's go. 2 p.m. on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The Riyadh Rumble?
The Riyadh Royal Rumble. We were thinking about sending Bone, but we were a little bit late on getting all the logistics pieced together. It is far away, but it is 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and the Royal Rumble is a special one, isn't it? Foxy, why is the Royal Rumble your favorite?
Because it's awesome. You never know who's going to come out of that entrance and pop the whole crowd. I'm expecting some big surprises this year at the Royal Rumble.
Wow, that is a Royal Rumble football there to have big surprises. AJ, who do you think is potentially going to surprise the entire WWE universe at the Royal Rumble? 30 spots. Who's going to fill them?
I mean, I don't know if you want to come out first, you want to come out last, but we know Tommy Invincible will be in there at some point. He will be coming out of the Royal Rumble, most likely with his hand raised on top, but only if the great Fandango does not enter. We need to bring him back up. I know he's flipping houses up in Boston or Maine or whatever, but he's still killing it, so bring him back.
I believe Fandango actually just recently retired. I follow him on Instagram. I think he had his final match. There was actually, I think it was a TNA, I believe. It was a match. But I agree. He deserves to be seen, you know. And people over there in Riyadh, I assume they understand. Do you remember that, AJ, or no?
I mean, yes, he was my favorite wrestler for like 18 months when he had his run. I don't know who.
Yeah, but it sounded like you didn't even know his song, though. You didn't even know his music.
Come on now. Absolutely. He was my guy for a few years.
Maybe Fandango.
I mean, Bob Backlund's won, but Fandango might be too.
Wait.
Yeah.
D-Bud, what is the thing you're looking forward to most to the Royal Rumble this week?
I mean, honestly, I saw the Texas Rattlesnake working out, so I would love to have that glass break. But
what? Could you imagine?
That would be unreal. But as far as the new school dudes,
Poncho won't travel.
Trick Williams, he's kind of over right now. I would love to see Trick win.
Oh, you want to see Trick win the Royal Rumble?
Whoop that Trick.
Do we know who's in the Royal Rumble, Tone? Who is the favorite? I know Cody, I believe, was announced he's going out first.
I know Sami Zayn better not fucking win it.
Jeez.
I think Ethan Page, current North American NXT champion, is the favorite last time I checked, but I could be wrong.
They got odds on this?
I think it might be tough to get actual odds on these things.
I think Cena's a liar, and he's coming out on Saturday.
What?
Yeah, I think that was all one big lie in that chair, and he's coming out Saturday.
Judging by the poster, it looks like Gunther's going to win it all.
No, Gunther's up there with Braun. Obviously, massive time to be alive for these boys.
I have seen a lot of people saying there's one guy who's putting himself over more than anybody. And
that's AJ Styles.
Oh,
he's not Braun. Jeez. I'm sorry. So
You could see.
That's my
I-
first time
you
saying
could see.
grab edge.
Need to see his
AJ,
long hair.
the legend AJ Styles, obviously. CM Punk, and he had a match last night for the title in Toronto.
Fucking
Who won?
absolute scenes.
Oh, Finn came in. Finn.
Balor?
Finn won?
No, Finn wasn't in the match. Finn took over.
Was he the demon or just normal Finn?
Just Finn. Actually, still like this.
Yeah, he stays
I like
in
when he
demon
goes
mode
demon
these
mode.
days.
Yeah.
Still like this, and he had 2% body fat.
Mm-hmm.
Roman in it?
Is the Miz gonna? Any chance?
I don't know.
Any
That's
chance the
he
Miz
is.
wins it?
He declared.
Roman declared?
Yeah, our tribal chief.
How do you
will
declare?
be.
Do you just yell it?
Yeah,
In reality,
like
I-
bankruptcy.
Tribal chief
Yeah.
does whatever the hell he wants, brother.
I don't think there's a lot of people that you can just do that. No, I think Tribal Chief can certainly do that if he wants to.
Like,
God
is
bless
Miz
him
it?
in there.
Who?
Turkey El Sheik.
Surprises, we don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
bingo.
Speed was in there live. We don't know.
I know
Anything's
Speed.
possible at the Rumble.
It's true. It's very true.
Speak a saw in half.
Is it true they built the stadium in 3 weeks?
So I saw the pictures everybody else has been seeing. Seems like that came together pretty quick.
Is this a storage container situation or is it legit?
I don't know. You saw the pictures. Didn't look like it. But on that note,
Union.
how did the storage containers thing? We all know what happened before, but once they were put together, how did those?
I assume they're still standing perfectly.
But how did they hold up though in actuality?
Unbelievably
Pretty
well.
decently.
Yeah, they were great.
Okay, so it does feel like some of these venues have been able to be pieced together pretty quickly. But then there's the hockey, where they're not able to piece it together, something like that. What's going on with the Olympic hockey, Nick?
Yeah, pal. They don't even have the change rooms done yet. It's gonna be a nightmare.
The Italians don't know hockey. What's going on?
So what is happening actually?
Like everything, the entire arenas the ice itself for the hockey games in Italy isn't good. I think there was an exhibition on it last week to kind of figure out, just make sure everything works. And there were like divots,
Couple holes in the ice. They'll
ice.
patch that.
Yeah.
They'll get that worked up. But it's not the right size.
They don't have a Zamboni.
It's not even up to AHL standards right now.
I don't know if they've finished the roof yet. The locker rooms, the concessions, none of that stuff had been finished. And I think, what are we, 2, maybe 3 weeks away?
So they're building a venue just like what we saw from the pictures for the Royal Rumble.
How long have they known they were having the Olympics?
About 6
months or
years.
so?
But you know how these Italians are, AJ. They'll wait till the last second.
No, we don't know.
Get something
don't
done.
Tony Romo, how about us not know? That was all me.
Oh, man. I guess I never thought of him being Italian. I don't think I've ever heard you say that either.
Okay, so a lot of people are telling me that, so I just had that in my inner thoughts.
I would have assumed Italian. I didn't know he was I didn't know he's Mexican, honestly.
Antonio is a fucking.
That's awesome.
Listen, you live your life, Tony, but Antonio in the back pocket.
It's an Italian name. Margarita.
Just, how about you saying? Anthony is translated into Antonio in different languages. Obviously, we all understand that.
Just in case anybody.
We all understand languages as we do this whole thing. Tony was a surprise today, I will say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool to hear him kind of talk about being a human, AJ. It was nice to kind of hear how he looks at it. And I didn't think I knew how meticulous he was. I guess he would have had to have been if he was an undrafted guy who ends up going on to be an all-pro for the Dallas Cowboys. You forget about that because
he was a monster for a while. I mean, I was playing against him, believe me, when he was, in his prime. He was awesome.
What was so good about him? He talked about his instincts. He just didn't have the best arm.
Yeah.
He had to work on his arm. His instincts, is that a thing that
His
made
timing, get rid of the ball instantly, like his accuracy. I mean, he was so good at throwing to Witten. Like try to cover Witten when Witten's running like a little 8-yard stick route or something on you. It doesn't matter. As Witten is snapping his head around, you got great coverage. That ball is on his outside hit, bam. And he's turning up to try to get extra yards. Like, they just had a great connection. He was just good, man. Got rid of the ball very quickly. Yeah, he was a stud.
golfer too? Unbelievable.
Obviously, he's like a pro. Pretty much a pro golfer.
How is the American Century out there in Tahoe? Who won it last year?
It's a great question. I feel it wasn't Marty Fish.
Is it
Pavelski? Pavelski won for the first time. He's been like the final group a few times. Joe Pavelski. He came and he beat maybe Marty Fish was in the final group with him and Steph, I think.
Wow. Hey, there's some good golf happening out there.
Yeah.
Tony always in the convo whenever he's out there. It feels like people take it very seriously. I don't know if I'm anywhere near good enough at golf once I get good at golf, I will try to earn an invite back to the American Century Championship. But you should not be out there if you're bad at golf.
You're at a disadvantage in a lot of those guys, I'm assuming, because you look outside. Yeah. Tony's probably golfing right now.
Antonio?
Well, Tony actually is kind of cold.
A lot of them are retired as well. And
Staff out there in Cali.
golf every day.
Yeah.
That was the first year Pavelski didn't play hockey. He won the tournament.
Oh, so you got to change this.
Yeah,
Let me
legit.
figure this fucker out. Let me figure this fucker out.
Thielen's next.
Yeah,
Thielen's going to win. Yeah, Thielen's awesome. He approaches it like a pro. Thielen was there like on the Wednesday pro-am day. He was there just working on his putting. I'm like, oh, what time you teeing off in the afternoon group? He's like, no, I'm just here working on a little putting in my short game.
Yeah, him and Miz.
Him and Miz, with the 8-iron.
Oh, God. Miz got that 7 or 8 iron figured out, though.
6 maybe. What would it know?
6.
Still
You're
got
right.
his golf
it was
channel,
6.
Miz?
Huh?
Still got his golf channel? He had a golf channel, right?
Yeah.
Miz versus or something like that at golf?
I think so.
Yeah, he still does.
He loves golf. God, he loves golf.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I hope he wins.
He likes
beautiful swing.
The Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Is the Miz in the Royal Rumble?
I saw him on ESPN Airwaves this morning. He hasn't declared yet, he said, but he's thinking about it.
Not for long. He might win this thing.
I don't think Miz is on a historic losing streak. I think he's lost for 3 straight years now. But maybe Saturday, the Riyadh Rumble.
I don't know. I
breakthrough
saw him at the national
They
championship.
might put him
winning.
over in Riyadh, to be honest.
Some think because they could be big real world fans over there.
One time I saw him come in first. Okay, he lasted for 48 minutes. before
Yeah, he was
got
the
thrown
first
out.
entry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost won it, but he didn't.
He's so good.
He put up a good fight. Miz would be great in it.
Yeah.
His life's one big Royal Rumble anyways. Right?
Yeah. Well said. I saw Seth Rollins say he wasn't doing. I see him doing a lot of TV stuff. Is he done wrestling?
I think he's hurt. I think he's going to be the OC for the Bills.
Is it a real injury, Tony, or is he
gonna
work again?
No,
He's doing his one with Honnold.
That Honnold shit was.
Okay.
That was my
Did you watch
introduction to him. That was my first time seeing him
wow.
doing anything, and then obviously all the comments and stuff. Hey, this is nothing. This is a piece of cake. Literally watching that shit, I'm like, he's the greatest athlete ever. Like, because you got Tom Brady, Jordan, Serena, you got all these great athletes, and yeah, throwing the ball in the window in the Super Bowl is great. But when you're fucking climbing and hanging off, doing pull-ups, fucking however many like this shit was unbelievable. And watching him, like, I was watching with my daughter. Only one of my daughters would actually sit and watch because the rest of them were like, I'm not watching this guy die. But I mean, this shit, like climbing these shits, man, this was unfucking believable.
It was incredible live television. That's why whenever I start talking about it, I'm trying to talk to people that also watched it live. Because I think if you obviously know the outcome, it's going to be hard to suspend belief. But obviously, whenever you watch the Free Solo documentary, you assume he's not going to die in that one. So you watch it knowing that he probably survived. Just watching 91 minutes straight, basically, of a guy potentially dying is an insane experience. Like, it was an actual insane experience as it's actually taking place. And he could have taken a couple easier routes. Like, to your point about him, whenever he was doing the pull-ups and stuff, there was like a couple decisions he made, like, for entertainment purposes. He could have went around the obstacles. Like, look at all this shit on the side there. He could have clearly done whatever he was doing for the rest of the time to get up there and say, he's like, I got to conquer this thing, actually. Let me fucking hang upside down and kind of go in this entirety. Just so casual, so calm, so cool. And then obviously near the top, go ahead, just take a load off and take it in, pal. Go ahead and lock your leg up around this thing. We assume this building is strong enough to be able to hold you. Obviously, it holds itself up, so everything's okay. But yeah, it was unbelievable. Greatest athlete of all time. I kind of left. I didn't even think of that. I just thought like unicorn of a human. But yeah, I guess you got to categorize him as an athlete.
You see his body.
10-pack.
I saw the climbing community said like him doing El Capitan is the greatest feat any athlete can ever do in their entire lives. And then watching this, I was like, this is cake. This is a cakewalk. Unless he's climbing a glass building with no ledges, he's gonna climb it, no problem.
His workouts too, his gym he saw, he's got like the little fingy things.
Yeah.
Where it dangles from. So even his muscles and his fingers. And now granted, every moment he spends training is actual life or death.
Legit.
Like has to be there.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I compare great athletes, like the greatest athletes perform under the most pressure. Like this, like it's death. Like one wrong step, one missed grab, and you hear him up there. He's like, "Oh, I'm kind of tired. Like I'm kind of winded. Like it's not like you can call it fight." He took breaks, but like hour and a half, you climbing this shit like that. That shit was unbelievable. A lot of people, giving shit to the commentary. That's kind of an impossible thing to commentate, I think. I would have preferred to just watch and just listen to him. Anything he was saying, seeing him interact with the people in the fucking windows, waving at him. My daughter's like, stop waving at him. Right? You don't want him to wave back and die.
But how about him wanting a high five instead? hey, what's up? Just so like chill. I guess they call it like a flow state. I have no idea.
Crazy.
Feels like he just constantly lives in that, even if he's next to death. But him just being like these kids these days with their phones, like cracking jokes, him choosing to do that climb, him getting up there at the top, like kind of stretching, and Seth saying like, "You step back, man," or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, you got it, man." Just kind of turns around.
The wind.
All right, and then he had to jump off there was to get to one of the parts at the top. He had to run up it. It was like what are those things called? Like a crane of some sorts. He had to run up a crane, and then he had to jump off crane onto something, and there was like a little gap. And like the jump drew like a little reaction from like there was a couple times where the crowd would like react or like clap for him when he did something cool. It was a cool experience, man. Climb or die. No.
Yeah. Legit.
Yeah, that is.
I missed that part. I didn't know he did like a rock situation, skyscraper, where he jumped from the crane to the building.
Yeah, it was like this far.
Wait, who did that?
The Rock.
Oh, well, yeah, we're not comparing, Ethan Hunt. Fucking, it's different.
Well, The Rock didn't actually do that.
No, he did.
TC actually did fucking run around the Burj Khalifa, so let's not. I mean, I love Dewey, but he ain't fucking TC. If there's one person who's close to Alex Honnold, it's TC.
I bet you TC could do that.
TC has the photo from the top of the Burj with
just sitting there, fucking
photo.
He's flown on planes and hung off.
Hung off planes.
He's of that ilk.
He is of that ilk.
Jump from plane to plane.
What do you think his home gym looks like? He's got a bunch of those probably.
Oh, yeah.
The earth is his.
He usually just heads down to the Hollywood sign, though, and just fucking scales that thing, climbs to the top, and then
slides down.
Usually base jumps off.
Yeah.
Oh,
back home.
Yeah, that's kind of just a fucking Tuesday.
This one here.
How'd he get up there, Ty?
He fucking climbed up there.
No shoes?
No shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't do it with a bunch of press
jeans.
around. He just did it for fun.
That's right.
For the love of the game.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who took the picture?
Well, maybe somebody dropped him
A
up.
satellite from space.
He's got a selfie stick.
Got a helicopter up there, and then he fucking jumped onto the bottom of it, crawled into the cockpit, and took that helicopter back to wherever they had to land.
Actually, I think I heard that the air was too thin. The helicopter couldn't make it up there. It was a fighter jet that he had to jump
That
off.
could be too.
time it up.
That could be too. An F-14.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yep.
Certainly possible.
All right, I think we're done here. Don't you?
I don't know.
Let's get good.
I think so. The Rumble really brought us into a great conversation.
Yeah.
Is Alex
always
Honnold
does.
in the Rumble?
I hope.
I hope
He
so.
should be.
They need something cool on Saturday.
His grip strength, you're right. You're doing it right now.
Dude, him on the rope.
Squeeze
Yeah. Oh.
Never getting him off of there.
Hey, just a handshake. Just, you want to do a handshake? Cool. Good luck.
Got
Bang. Gone. That's it right there. Yeah. Like Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Arnold's hand lock.
Oh.
Writes itself.
Netflix ties.
sometimes.
Yeah, but I think it's on ESPN.
It's on ESPN.
Yeah, but you know.
But
we're
the
all-
business is. Seth was there.
He shouldn't, though, because Seth Freakin's been waiting to fucking stomp his brains out since he was in, watching him. He was just waiting.
Is Seth Freakin in
The Architect of Destruction, yeah, he'll be there.
Is he
Are you
healthy?
sure of that?
Is he healthy?
Think he said
No,
he's not?
I'm not, but it's the Rumble, baby. You fucking expect the unexpected.
Is that your favorite thing about the Rumble?
To expect the unexpected, yeah, because I'm expecting fucking Kurt Angle to come out at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be heel or?
I don't know. I don't know. That would be, we learn a lot.
Yeah, we would.
Right there in real time. Could you imagine that hits? American flag comes up full on.
Oh.
What?
He fucking tears ass down in the ring and fucking Angle slams Turkey a la Turkey.
I think he does 13 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the colonies.
Ankle lock. Ankle lock.
Yeah.
Right into it. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That's what I'm hoping.
And then obviously
Did you say for the
Turkey.
colonies?
Yeah.
Obviously Turkey overturns that, breaks through,
I don't know.
throws Kurt out. The whole thing. Yeah.
What time?
2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. Anything is possible.
On ESPN?
Yeah. Jesse the Body might come out.
I think it is on ESPN.
I saw Ric Flair.
Which
Wow,
one?
look
Yeah,
good.
which one do I have to sign up for?
Car Shield. What's that?
Which one do we have to try to sign up for to watch this?
ESPN Ultimate.
Okay.
I've had
What
it.
is that?
The Paramount thing with UFC was interesting for me. I had not dabbled much over there. I got in there through Prime. And then when I got there, then there was a prelim show, but the prelim show was over, but it was still the first, I had to get through it a couple different times to figure it out. Then there was some freezing, I think. Anytime new place has to stream something, there's just like immediate learning lessons, I think. But Paramount has spent a lot of money on all this shit, so I'd assume that they would like it to get fixed. A lot of commercials people are upset about. That's because you're not really paying for the pay-per-view, right? So it's more like a commercial model.
Other than that stuff, though, I saw people loved like the coverage aspect of Paramount.
Well, then there's also recaps available. All the fights are available right now, I think, on Paramount. Like the way they're breaking it down and clipping it, basically, for people to watch, I think is good. Paramount seemingly moving a lot of money into a lot of different spaces, including sports. And UFC going over there and doing big numbers, which I assume is going to happen, will only lend itself to more. And now you got NFL, another place to potentially land a primetime game.
Yeah, like for you guys went Prime to Paramount Plus. Like I bought Paramount Plus originally through Apple.
Me too.
So I went to Apple and then went to Paramount Plus.
What are you, old boy?
They didn't have the live. They don't have live stuff like the UFC on the Paramount Plus app through Apple. So then I had to figure that out. Then go download the Paramount Plus app.
Bingo.
Then but then your email and password for your Apple doesn't work for your Paramount Plus. Then you have to reset password. Like there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's tough to see coming.
I was getting so fucking pissed because usually that stuff's fairly easy. And I clicked on the same thing about 1,000 times thinking like one of these times it's just going to like update and I'll be in it. No, it just kept sending me to, UFC 323 6 weeks ago. And I said, yeah, I get it. I don't want to fucking watch this. I want to watch the live one. And then eventually, you get out of the app, you get into Paramount Plus, you download it, and it worked fine. But it took me about 30 minutes.
Took some time.
Oh, that's a rough start.
Oh, I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Just on principle, I'm never watching a fucking UFC event again, ever.
First impressions are tough to overcome.
But then, it worked, and I didn't have any, like, internet issues, any glitching. Like, once I actually got in there, like, it was perfect.
Remember, Netflix had issues with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson stuff. Anytime, I assume anytime somebody ventures into the live sports or a live thing, there's a lot to learn, because places crash. Places crash. Back ends can't handle a amount of action or traction, especially with what sports can bring. It's a good problem to have, but first impressions are tough for people.
Yeah.
There's some people that'll hold that against Paramount forever.
Yes.
Zufa? Good. Anybody check the sweet science out on Zufa?
Bruce watched, I believe, the entirety of it all. Bruce is going to become a full-on Zufa fan because we do believe with the ages of the fighters and what they're projecting to do, you can kind of follow their story arc. This is kind of the beginning of a lot of stories in boxing, right?
Yeah,
Bruce?
I'm a Zufa-holic. Kalen Walsh was on he was the headliner of the main card. He's an Irish lad from County Cork. He handled business no problem. Not a ton of upsets or like real fireworks outside of this one guy, Hammerhands, who I think was from North Jersey, who was just like fucking laying it out.
And what did he do? What did Hammerhands do?
He had a nice flurry to end the match, and then immediately afterwards he was like, Dana, I need more money to feed my kids.
So
we got those issues over there.
So, yeah, hey.
That was quick.
Hey, that was quick. That's first fight.
Wow.
That's first fight.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, that was first fight.
Okay.
Yeah, because me and Bruce were talking about because Bruce was like, because it is something we should follow because they're going to try to create boxing stars is kind of what they're trying to do. They're kind of trying to create their own, promote their own, they'll bring in big stars, but they want their own title system, their own point system. They kind of want to have a monitored boxing, and they're all fans of boxing, so they feel like they're kind of doing it all. But yeah, I feel like you can maybe pick a fighter here, and Hammerhands was going to be the guy I was going to pick. And then Bruce sends a follow-up, and he's like, oh, yeah, also, immediately after the fight, he says.
I think he might be fighting this Friday as well. They're just going to run
What?
back.
He has to.
I like that.
Hammerhands, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was going to be my guy. He has his great name and all this stuff. And I'm like, are we ever going to see him again? Because of what he just did with, this is the gift horse thing.
That's not
This is the gift
They're going to
horse.
feed him to the wolves.
not good, man.
What do you mean? Hammerhands is ready for it. Hammerhands is ready for it.
Is his head ready for it?
Who's he fighting? I'm learning this in real time.
Tyson Fury.
Is Hammerhands our guy? Who's Kalen, you said, out of County Cork?
Kalen Walsh out of County Cork. He's kind of
man?
like the big name. They announced a name that I had not heard and was tricky to pronounce for the panel. So he'll be joining the card. But that's a big thing. Bringing in fighters, big names to kind of get behind is going to be key. It kind of felt like a soft launch. like, hey, the restaurant's open, but it's like a stress test. That's what Zufa Boxing 01 felt like a bit.
Because of where it was broadcasted from, how it was broadcasted from, and the way they went about it.
Yes, it was like, hey, can we, like, proof of concept, like, can we pull this off at the UFC Apex? And I think they did. The fights were pretty good.
What does that mean?
Like, remember Times Square?
Oh, my God. Those were so bad. Do you remember that?
Historically low amount of punches thrown for every single fight.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry. Cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry action.
Hey, Pat, do you want to get into the boxing road? Sounds like something, that you might be interested in. Here's some storylines. Here's this. Here's where business is potentially going. We'll be able to have access to be able to do this. Yeah. Fuck. I respect it. And I virtual box all the time. I respect it all. I'm in there knocking out, Ugly Joe and stuff. I got it all. So I was like real excited to go there. And then literally we get into it and it's just like the worst boxing in the history of boxing. And it's in the middle of Times Square. And it's like I enjoyed the environment. I enjoyed like the vibes maybe. Like the vibes of boxing were awesome. It felt like it was a big event. There was people there, there's big seats, big chairs. And then in the ring, it's like, oh, they can kind of decide what they want to do in there. It's kind of we're kind of banking it on that. It was terrible. And then we had the next day too, right?
Yeah.
Booker T with us though. I mean, that was unbelievable.
We absolutely dominated the pre-show.
Booker T needs to be on more TVs. That needs to happen. He was phenomenal for 2 straight days getting to hang out with him. I don't know if we're going to be doing a bunch of boxing, but I will follow along with the Zufaholics.
As long as they're fucking throwing hands, then I will be there. But they should sign Booker T and have him be the fight analyst.
Who was doing the commentary?
I think it was Joe Tess on the play-by-play, who was good and solid, and then Max Kellerman was doing the color.
Joe Tess.
Was Roy with him? Roy Jones Jr. with him as well?
I don't don't so. I think it was somebody else.
Was Molly there?
Molly was doing panel, pre-show?
Yeah, the panel, the hosting for the pre and post.
Who else was on there?
Shout out.
I didn't see
Shout out.
I didn't see much of the panel.
UConn legend.
Yep.
Shout out.
Hell yeah.
What's going on here?
Oh, Coach Kendall sent it over.
Jason?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Coach. Jason Kendall.
Who's he, coach? What's he do?
UConn. He's our new coach. Going to take us to the promised land. Basically, did you see what Kirk Nettie did in Indiana? Bloomington?
Yeah.
Storage
strap on that?
Has he went and seen the ghost yet?
Nah, Ghost ain't fucking with him.
Who's the ghost?
That was Jim Morris.
Mara went and saw the ghost, and they started playing a lot better.
Oh, yeah, the haunted house.
Mora, all right? It's
Mara, yeah. She saw the ghost.
And then he
And
did
he fucking left.
He did
Colorado
so well.
State.
He did so well up there. He goes to Colorado State. He earned his way up there.
He tossed a Miami helmet up there, Butch. Jeez. Just went to the Natty.
You went to Miami?
No, Harsin.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
So the
Husky
UConn
for
does
life.
make sense. So.
Independent school. Nobody talks about them whenever they talk about Notre Dame. I think Gumpy just got buried. I missed it. But
Tony plays for the Steelers, too.
No, I play for Top Gun.
America. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You thought your 2K helmet was there. I know you did.
No, I actually, earlier in the show, saw that, and I was like, should I move DK up here? And I said, no, fucking Mavs. Mavs where I rest.
Oh, the Dukes. I mean, that's unbelievable. This making an appearance up here, though, is certainly a fascinating thing because we will have to talk about. They would love for the situation with Notre Dame to happen with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they actually are.
They would love that.
If
They didn't carve out their own little agreement?
Different landscape.
Now, if UConn was ranked in the top 12,
they'd be in.
Would they get a chance to be in
Something to
automatically
talk about.
because of the Notre Dame rule as an independent school?
They better be.
Good news
If
is
they
we
go
don't have to
undefeated,
worry
would they
about
be in the
that.
top 12?
It's
Shut
a thought
up, Nick.
exercise we don't even have to entertain.
Shut up, Nick.
Okay, we don't know. We do know.
The next Joey Fidano is?
Who?
You don't even know the name of your quarterback.
Joey
I know his name.
Bonanno.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
you're talking about Joey
Got
Fanano.
a touchy name.
Yeah, I understand Joey. Jason Candle here, the new head coach. You guys got a tough schedule coming up. You got that first game.
That's a tough coach.
And then you got Maryland there. Then you got Syracuse, UMass, UNC, James Madison, Old Dominion. Could see them in the top 12. Will they get the Notre Dame clause as an independent school, AJ? What's your vote right now if you're in the room where it happened?
I'd say if UConn goes undefeated, we're putting them in the playoff, right?
Thank you. It's our home schedule.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we got more games. I didn't know if you guys were able to.
You just need to know if we take care of
Pack the
business
rim.
that we got a chance.
What you told me that?
Jason Candle's had a first round the last 3 years, right?
So disrespectful.
What'd you say? I didn't know if you guys could fill a full schedule. I didn't know. I had no idea.
Oh, come on.
Sometimes it's hard to book people.
6 games?
Sometimes I didn't know if that was the full thing right there. That's
Got
not
a
a bad look.
Paletnikov
Like a
finalist.
COVID year?
Where'd he go?
What do you mean? He's UConn.
Draft.
He's preparing for the draft now.
Oh, okay. He's going.
Oh, you thought he came. He
He just
elevated.
dominated East-West Shrine.
Yeah, he elevated from Wisconsin. He came to us. Now he's going to the NFL.
Indiana's odds-on favorite to win the Natty next year, just because everybody believes in Kurt Cignetti.
They were. I don't know if it's changed.
Artie Smith goes to Ohio State. Yeah, that might.
Where's Albie going?
They are.
Where's Albie?
So
going?
Georgia Tech
on
that's right.
DraftKings.
My bad.
Yeah, on DraftKings, there are 4 teams at plus 700: IU, Texas, Ohio State, and Notre Dame.
And the Mensa thing that just happened down in Duke.
Mm-hmm.
He is now going to Miami.
Yes.
What took place there?
So he had signed a contract with Duke to return this year, and then he decided, he didn't want to do that anymore. So then Duke sued him for that, for trying to leave and going into the transfer portal. Yeah, a breach of contract, if you will. And then it went to the courts, and then they settled today for an unknown amount, and now he will be going to be the quarterback at Miami.
So Miami gets Duke's quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah.
Duke just won the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Miami just made it to the national championship. And now Duke's quarterback's heading down to South Florida. And I believe also their wide receiver, right?
Yes.
Duke's wide receiver is also heading down to Miami.
Yep.
Within the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously a cold world. That's a cold game for Duke. They tried to sue him and keep him there.
Feels like they used a good bit of their $20 million that they got from making it to the national championship to pay a couple Duke guys.
Smart.
Thank you for your service, Manny Diaz. We'll never forget you.
Young Money. Figure it out.
Is he great, Mensa? He will be?
Yeah, he was cooking.
Especially in
He can
Miami.
move too, man.
4,000 last year. Got weapons out there on the outside. We did lose. Miami did lose JoJo Trader to NC State, and they have a dog at quarterback as well. Another ACC. Man, ACC might bring it next year.
Yeah, yep. What was that, Ty?
They might.
Ty, what are you so disgusted for? Ty almost puked over there.
They brought it this year.
They
They did bring it this year, but it just wasn't quite good enough, was it? Because there's a conference that's predominantly in the Midwest of the United States of America that kind of is going to be running college football for the foreseeable future. And that was before Artie Smith fucking said, you know what, yeah, I'm going to be the OC at Ohio State.
It does feel like it's the Big Ten's time, doesn't it?
It does.
Nick Saban even said it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nick Saban acknowledged it. AJ, I know you guys can feel it at Ohio State because you've kind of always had it, but it does feel like more and more Big Ten schools are going to be able to compete. And I think that's because the business and the money behind it does provide a lot of opportunity. Like Iowa, always be able to buy somebody that's good.
That's right.
That's unfortunate because I was never going to do that. They're going to win 9 games.
Well, you
I'm
brought
really
in quarterbacks multiple times. You got the D2 Heisman. You came in there.
But
he was the bell of the ball. East-West Shrine
Bowl. He was. Iowa guys are really showing out at the Shrine Bowl.
Too,
Yeah,
Wetch.
and he's going to be good in the NFL.
Definitely had to pay Cooper DeJean.
No. See, guys like that who come from small-town rum-dum Iowa, like they want to go to Iowa. But it's like when we have these opportunities in the transfer portal, you're going to see Iowa grabbing guys from Old Dominion. I believe tight end from UConn coming to Iowa. James Madison. We're going to get those kind of guys. We're not.
That won a national championship for Coach Cignetti now.
Well, he didn't go with Coach Cignetti to Indiana. He stayed at JMU. So they're grabbing guys like that. They're not really they're not really big game hunting per se. So
they're getting the right boys.
They like their guys.
What was that?
We like our guys.
What was that? Was rude of Ty to say that. We got the others from JMU.
Big game, I'm not going big game hunting, as he says. That's well said.
Good luck. We hope the Big Ten continues its dominance, but I'll tell you what.
I think Oregon's going to be really good next year.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, but I think next year might be Dan Lanning's kind of.
Everyone's coming.
It's time.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah, the boys are making a lot of decisions kind of come back and try to run the table together. And Dan Lanning will be able to utilize that. And obviously, they've had a lot of success very quickly in the Big Ten. Can they continue it? Big Ten country right now in the middle of quite a snow and cold storm. They're saying a cold front's coming.
Yep.
What?
To us.
Are kids ever going back to school? Is school canceled for you guys around there?
Okay, so yesterday I believe there's a little school thing near here for preschool toddler stuff. They were shut down yesterday. I think they're back open today. So I don't know what is.
I know our school district.
Yeah.
Daycare is open back up, but I know the school district is still closed.
Yeah, HSE has canceled yesterday and today as well.
And then a cold front's coming. They're saying -7 or something like that.
Yeah.
It ain't good for buses. Buses don't respond well to that.
And I guess the buses were snowed in. That is why they had to cancel school.
Most snowfall in one day since when? Do we remember the year? 1970 something, I thought? No.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a
So
total.
much.
It was a total snow match, something from 2021 or something like that. Or I forget, like more recent. But then single day fall was something like way back. Like way back. Because we had like a 1978, 11 point something inches in one day.
Looked crazy.
It was crazy.
From the sky, like just looked like as far as you can see, just white. Like it was crazy. A lot of people thought I was flying over Greenland.
Yeah, you had a good video. Were you? Were you thinking, is that where you were? You were missing yesterday.
Maybe.
Snowed out, maybe doing a little negotiations up there, coming back.
No, but it looked insane. And obviously seeing all the reports and all the shit, not being here was something, but it was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys made it in safely yesterday too.
Yeah, I mean,
The road shite.
Oh,
shite.
They cleaned them up though today. I think they did a pretty good job out here today. I don't know about everywhere, but yeah, the roads were bad. I think everywhere the roads are bad though. I don't know. Maybe up in the Rockies where there's a bunch of snow, I don't know how they handle it, or up there in New England. In Pittsburgh, I don't think it was ever like handled properly. Like, there was always like some sort of complaint about.
Boy, are they mad.
Who's that?
The mayor came out yesterday and said, we have 90 salt and plow trucks. 37 of them broke yesterday. So they're down a third of their units.
Well, it's not only that too. Sometimes it's a reactive operation as opposed to a forward-thinking operation or forecasting operation, because they only have a certain amount of salt that they've purchased going into the snow season. So they have to project how much salt they can use and everything like that throughout, and then how much of the season is left. So I don't think anybody's ever really figured it out, and they certainly didn't hear it. How about over there? Not right? Not good?
Roads are okay now, but yeah, the last couple of days they were not.
I don't know if it's ever good. I genuinely don't know. And then I think back to when I was a kid, like, it feels like they used to like pepper the salt on the road before the storm.
It's all, 1,000%.
It's all prep.
Yeah.
They used to pepper it, but then I assume they missed so many times and snow didn't come that they viewed it as a massive amount of money just getting kind of thrown away. So maybe they don't do it now because of that. Like, because we've all had situations where they're like, something's coming, and then nothing comes, which I guess maybe I thought about this particular one. This has certainly not been that at all. This has been a pretty wild fucking winter storm here. This has been crazy. You look at the stuff coming out of like south of Indiana.
Oh, yeah. And north.
No power or whatever, all over the ice storm, like the ice hanging on the trees, bringing them down. Like I'm glad we didn't get that. We just got massive amounts of snow.
And really cold.
Yeah.
You and your side-by-side out there getting after it was good for the community. Did you go do the neighbor's driveway?
Like 50 times. Yeah, I mean, I was out there so many. It didn't matter. I try to wait till the snow stops, but the snow went on for 24 straight hours. So I plow out, I come back and go do my in-laws' house. I come back and my driveway looks like I'd never even plowed it. So yeah, I just continue to go over and over.
Yeah, but you had fun. You had fun doing it.
I loved it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it in September. See, I need to put it to use.
All the snow blowers were out in the neighborhood, all of them. Oh, we got this for this reason right here. This is it.
Yep.
We're the heroes, and they look awesome. And then the snowplow comes from the street, and it just blocks the entire front of the thing, builds a fort up in front of the whole thing.
Snowbank.
Oh, man. I see so many videos coming of people shoveling and then just the snowbank up, boom, right back in there. It's like, that's hard road, but road's going to stay clear as well. Here's AJ out there doing it for the community, which we're incredibly grateful for. Big thumbs up. Has a stick probably, I assume, in a side-by-side. Definitely fishtailing that thing a little bit around as he's plowing multiple. Is that accurate, AJ?
Oh, yeah, I took it all over the main roads. And, I almost took out 8 to 10 mailboxes. My daughter was riding shotgun because I let her, she wanted to try a little bit. Yeah, I was just teaching her how to, hey, don't panic when you start fishtailing. You got to just slowly just steer into it. Don't jam the brakes. I learned that from my grandpa.
How old?
Oh, my daughter, she's 15, so she needs to learn. She's learning how to drive.
Yeah, she's about to get into it for real. That's a good thing. Putting it in neutral whenever you're coming to a stop, obviously, because even whenever you just have it in drive, there's a little bit of power going to your wheels. We don't need any power going into your wheels, especially if there's ice there. Let's go ahead and drop it in there. You try to remember all those things as you're driving in the snow out here. I have no idea how Pittsburgh worked with all those hills. Indiana, like right now, it's like it's not that hilly.
No.
So it's not that bad. The hills where people
Yeah, I don't
The
see how
ice under the snow.
people
That's
just
the tough
have
thing.
regular cars in a place like this, like
You
sedans.
throw
like
sandbags in the trunk.
So
right.
like you gotta have
four-wheel
SUV.
driving.
Yeah.
Gotta have the SUV.
got to at least have all-wheel, four-wheel drive,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
have to.
And they're the fastest drivers on the road every time. Just,
The little ones.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.
And there's a tree.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy the devastation that could take place. Everybody be safe out there.
Please.
Let's stay warm. It's a cold world.
Any new gimmicks? Anybody try any new gimmicks? I saw flamethrowers.
I love
online.
flamethrowers.
I saw the tarp that you said you're not going to try.
That tarp was brilliant. Now, the issue would be the tarp would have been frozen to the thing. Like
That and the weight.
And that thing would weigh, I don't know, roughly like 50,000 pounds trying to move that. So
Yeah, it would be freezing. But as I saw
you
it,
get
I'm
an
like, it's a
inch,
good
yeah.
idea, like for when you're painting at the house, kind of similar concept.
Yeah.
There. It's not a bad idea there. Keep it clean. The flamethrower, I like that idea. I like the concept. I think I saw Jordan Davis doing
he was, yeah.
it. It didn't look like it was melting as fast.
It wasn't
as
doing anything.
Yeah, it didn't.
What?
So like it looks cool,
Too
but
cold outside.
I don't think it even matters.
Get a fucking shovel.
I saw electric shovel.
That works.
Electric shovel.
So who did I see?
What's that?
Jim Jones.
You mean that pushes like the?
Oh, I've seen a lot of videos
like a
of
brush?
you know how Foxy had the robot that cut his grass? I saw a lot of.
A Roomba?
Yeah.
Yeah, similar. I saw a lot of robot
Is that what you're talking
snowblowers.
No, I saw
The robot snowblowers
electric
had a
shovel.
big weekend.
An electric shovel. What do you mean an
Yeah,
electric shovel?
I mean, I didn't watch the entire.
It's like
video.
a miniaturized snowblower. Kind of
Yeah,
looks like a broom, electric broom almost, you could call it. But like, it works good for a couple inches, but like, it wouldn't have done much with that foot we got out there.
I like the ideas that we're trying to come up with, though, because it gets real cold, real painful out there. Your back really starts feeling it, whatever you got there.
Mine still hurts.
Because you're out there with a shovel.
Yeah.
Weren't you going to get a snowblower at one point?
Yeah, I went into Ace Hardware and I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to spend fucking $2,400 on a snowblower.
How come?
Because that's fucking ridiculous. And I told the guy that. I said, nobody's going to fucking buy this thing. Mark that down, $1,400, and then somebody might. Now give me fucking 6 bags of ice melt, and you think about what you've done. I was serious. I mean, I'm not kidding. I went in there with no hesitation. I'm buying a fucking snowblower. And Diggs and Nick both have an electric one. In my mind, always, electric snowblower is fucking Mickey Mouse. But I'll get it because I'm not going to need to use it multiple times. I don't need one of them fucking big gas-powered rigs.
This is once every 2 years.
Exactly. I look at the gas-powered rig. I said $1,500. I was like, well, that's not that bad. I'd turn over. I mean, this thing was taking up 6 aisles with how fucking big it was. It says right in the box, does not come with battery or charger. The snowblower on its own was fucking $1,600. And then if you wanted everything to actually make it be able to work, it was $2,400. I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to fucking go home and shovel. And
How's your back feel?
I tell you what, it was fine until the plows came in. And I had to go do the end of my driveway when the snow was up to my waist. And each scoop weighed fucking 150 pounds.
And they never stopped.
No.
It was one scoop after another. More.
Yeah, and I went on and on and on and on and on. I shoveled over the course of 2 days. I shoveled probably for about 5 hours. But I tell you what, the sense of accomplishment you get when you're done fucking shoveling the driveway, there are few things that top that.
All right. Well, maybe you get another opportunity at it.
No, because I told him I'm never fucking doing that again. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna go buy that snowblower. Smart. Yeah, my back hurts so fucking bad.
It's like movers.
Yeah.
It's like movers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, understandable. And that guy knew $2,400.
He did. And I know it's still sitting there because nobody's fucking dumb enough except for me to go back and buy that thing.
Well, I'm pulling for you. Good luck. Snowblower, you guys look like heroes whenever time comes. You couldn't wait to put the photo or the video.
Well, someone questioned me, so I had to do it. And then I got, all the hardos about it being electric and not gas when my driveway's not big enough to need a gas, But here we are. Shouldn't be wearing a cowboy hat. Should just shut the fuck up all the time. So here.
Oh, is this guy okay?
Jeez.
Is everything
What
okay?
happened? I don't know.
This guy's a hero, I was trying to say.
Break you down?
Huh?
Oh,
That
wait,
app will
it's
break
okay,
you.
Tone.
That app will break you, especially when you're in the streets defending Coach McCarthy all weekend long.
Seems like a lot. I actually heard somebody today say, man, I've never seen a universal response to a coach hiring before.
It's tough.
And Fox is going to the bathroom.
Oh, man, that son of a bitch.
We're still going, huh, from the first hour?
Oh, yeah, since 1:30.
Oh, yeah, Coach McDaniel.
On that note, it's been a hell of a day.
Mm-hmm.
So, happy Super Bowl season, everybody.
Happy Super Bowl season.
Hell yeah.
We have somebody's on tomorrow. It's really big. Oh, Mike Tariq.
Italian Mike.
Yes.
He
Are you sure?
buys on.
Full blown.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
His words, not mine.
All right.
We will definitely dive into that. Can't go 0 for 2
No, you can't.
in 2 days. Can't do that.
Not
Tony
excited,
Romo
sorry.
today, Mike Tirico tomorrow. Excited about that. We got some surprise guests coming to the show on Radio Row next week that I think will be hilarious. We got some very hilarious and good football situations brewing. D-Butts, thanks for breaking down a little DC with the shove on the quarters coverage that should have been happening on the back end. So Jackson Smith and Jigba, he's in wide ass open, and we got Cooper Kupp taking a guy away from us, so he's even more open.
I got a text from Rams coach. Told me I nailed it.
Well, I got a text from, we all got a text from Chuck Pagano. It said, yeah, let's go break down. Shove and execute is the next one, because that's the coach's excuse.
Hell yeah.
Coach's excuse is like, yeah, we can call it, we can teach it, but executing it is kind of part of it. That's the coaches saying,
It's on you guys.
Yeah. Get that done.
Love you, Chuck.
we do love you, Chuck. What a wild year it was for him, I assume.
Tough.
Love you, coach.
Love you, coach. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. Let's wait for the end of Foxy's pee. We'll wait for Foxy.
What if he's dumping?
He said, I got to pee in my ear.
Comes back.
Tell you what, that
That is
guest
fourth quarter.
list next week is long and distinguished.
It's very robust.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cool names on there.
Great.
You all right, Ed? You get a cramp?
I realized I got like cigar ash all over my hand.
No, he just refuses to put up the fork.
I like that. You just put
No,
it.
I had my fork. I noticed it.
You lift with ash instead of chalk. It's because you're an absolute fucking weapon, dude. I respect that. Team on me. Team on 3. Foxy's back from his pee. Shout out you, Foxy. We waited for you.
Thank you. Shouldn't have.
Anything to say to the team?
Hell yeah.
Happy Super Bowl season. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.